This is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up. Perfect show for my smokers. True Buzz, hey.
Head to summereverest.com to check out these button-ups. You guys know I'm always rocking that Hawaiian style, comfy shirts. And no matter who you are, you're going to find a piece that makes you feel best at Summer Everest. So peep that out. Let's hop into the pod with Mike Masilotti.
Life shit when it got so simple and then it became like a $200,000 a year thing. And you're just like, I thought this was supposed to be van life. Like, this is like rich kid shit now. And now it's going back slowly to like, you know, people just living out of their spot because it was like this simplistic thing to do, not because it's this Instagram chase thing to do. And like, you know, it's not about the videos you put up. It's about actually living that life. And, you know, it's like the influencer thing. It's like you want to be, you want people to be down with what you're doing and be inspired with what you do. But it's at the same time, like, I don't know, man, not every day of my life is the dopest shit. And, you know, I don't need to be faking it and telling people or showing people that it is the dopest shit. But I also don't post every day, which sucks a little because I know it's not good. But it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like it takes away from my life a little bit being on social media a ton. And then it ends up like, you got to do, you can't not do it, but it's also just focusing on that a little bit is just, it kills me. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know what, 3 or 4 years, the numbers that we all accrue on this thing aren't going to matter. Then this new thing's going to come out. Then we're going to have to do the same thing from zero there. And then this thing's going to, and it's just like, what are we doing, bro? Then like shit can get deleted out of nowhere. You build something up and now it's like, oh shit, guess what? Now it's not there. Now we decided it's gone.
Dude, and that,
you know what I mean? And you don't, like, I don't have any of my videos saved. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they erased all my shit, it's gone, man. I didn't, when you just said that shit, I was like, dude, for real, that shit would just be gone. I wouldn't even have it, you know?
Yeah, that's the crazy part. And that's, you know, especially with the cannabis shit, man. It's like, I want to put my foot on the gas and I'm going to, but that's still ticking in the back of my mind. So my thought lately is like, back again, I think we talked about a while back, was just owning like the website. Like my website's weak as fuck right now. I have to do some updates. I got to make it look clean. Just figuring out ways to draw traction, because I know you've been, or I didn't go on today. I was meant to check it out, but your Patreon.
Yeah.
That you have.
I only push it a little bit. I don't know, man. I need to focus more on doing that shit. What the hell did you just put in your drink?
Oh shit. Cohen. Was I working with this company the last time we kicked it?
No, last time we kicked it, you were working the. Should I say the
Pirouana?
Yeah,
the
the powder shit.
Okay, yeah. So it's been a minute. Yeah. So.
Yeah, this is dope. So it's the same idea. It's additive to your drink.
It's a really similar concept. So Pirouana was a live resin powder.
Yep.
So strain specific.
Okay.
This is both really science based with the technology, but this is a little more scientific in the calibration.
Gotcha.
So they all have different terpenes and cannabinoids in there.
Okay.
To really, you know, drive home the process. So in this one particular, we have it listed really nicely here.
Yeah.
So you can see like eucalyptol, limonene, osmine.
What the hell's that?
They're terpenes.
Oh,
so they're in,
and terpenes are what is like what gets, it's like what gets THC, like, right? Is that the shit that is active in the THC that gets you high?
So it's interesting. So the Delta 9 THC, or the different cannabinoids, have different effects. That the Delta 9, the THC, is what gets you high.
And Delta 9 is the regular weed, because Delta 8 is a new thing I've been seeing. That's not weed.
Yeah, it's a different. It's a different cannabinoid, like CBD, Delta 9, CBN, CBG, THC, and they're still discovering new ones.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, bro.
That's
so cool. I mean, it's so crazy when I hear these. It's like I was buying one of these pens, and someone said there's a Delta 8 and there's a Delta 9. It's like, which one do you want? It's like, just the regular weed one, bro. I have no idea which one was the generic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
like, which one's weed, dog?
The Delta 8 is popular in other states. When I was in,
is it 'cause it's legal?
Yeah, it's legal in most states. The Delta
Why?
8.
What's
just a loophole? They're just coming out with new ways and loopholes and shit. It's a different high. It's more of a body high.
Have you done it before?
In an edible version.
Oh, word! I never fucked with that at all.
But I had the Kurova Big Cookie.
Okay.
100 milligrams of THC.
You ate the whole thing?
900 Delta 8.
Oh, damn,
so
bro.
I ate like 3/4 of the trial. And because I never had Delta 8, I was like, it's not going to
Yeah.
But these terpenes, and it's a great question you bring up, because I'm so deep and you know, talking to people really quick when I'm in shops, like the pitch is, or like relating to the terpenes, I'll say, you know, They're in basically all types of food, flowers. Think of lavender has linalool, relaxing.
And that's a terpene?
Yeah, but how I like to explain terpenes in terms in just general is like the THC is what gets you high.
Okay.
The THC is your car, if you will.
Okay.
The terpenes are the steering wheel. So it
decides on where your high goes.
So that's like the base, and then the terpenes, like for instance, this has the limonene, ausamine in here, are kind of upbeat, stimulative terpenes.
Gotcha.
So that will
All
bring you
right.
a direction. But then we also add in a little bisbolol and myrcene, which are more indica terpenes.
So terpenes are like important as fuck then.
Yeah.
Like, because that really decides on what you're like. So indica and sativa have different terpenes and then all that, right? I guess.
Correct. So like, but there's ones in like general that are typically like sativa flowers. You typically have more like limonene in them. Indica flowers usually have more myrcene or linalool.
Damn,
so
bro.
These are little things, and there's so much to it, bro. And the biggest thing is just trying to figure out how to relate it to the customer. And like, but with ours, what we do is we have those like, so we have the limonene, ausamine in there, the stimulative. Then we add in like that myrcene in there.
Okay.
And it puts you in a creative state, a flow state. So it like makes you energetic yet settles your mind. Hence the name Create.
Oh, that's
So they're all
bro.
dialed in like that, and this just has 6 THC, 6 CBD in it.
What does that mean? Oh,
Yeah,
so it's half and half.
Yeah, half and half. So pretty mild depending on your tolerance. But if you want one, bro, feel free to dump it in or just take it as
I'll
a
dump
little
one in.
shot too.
Oh, word. Should
Yeah.
I do that? I'll listen to taste. Does it taste good?
I like the taste. It is 0 calories, 0 sugar. And to be honest with you too, we redid our flavors to make them a little better, added new flavonoids.
Yeah.
I personally love it because if I want something sweet, I want it to be able to control the sweetness.
Yeah.
So you can dump that in a root beer or a lemonade and have some super sugar shit.
Oh, shit.
But it's 0 calories, vegan too. So
This is a great container. This thing looks fresh, bro.
thanks, bro. And
This
if you look
is
behind
sick.
you, we just released those bigger bottles.
Oh,
On this shelf.
Yeah,
oh no,
yeah,
right
yeah.
here, right there.
So those are the same thing like these,
Yeah,
but they're.
there's 10 of those in there.
Oh.
So we won some awards, like a Clio award for our packaging, because it's super dope packaging. But we did the multi-serve bottle to provide more value for everybody.
Fuck yeah,
It's
dude.
fucking-
I mean, I just slammed it, and that was good. That was actually like, that's wild.
This is my afternoon go-to because it's for me. I'm so high dose, bro. Like it's like I like to call it a nice functional high for me.
Yep.
Throw it in something like this, or whatever.
Very
Or
cool,
drink it
man.
a little shot, man. So yeah, there's 7 different formulations, and yeah, just super fun product, bro. I'm making cocktails with it.
You're such a G, just constantly fucking working with cool companies on the cusp, bro. That's so cool. That's like cutting edge weed shit.
Hey, thanks, bro. Yeah, I like to call it a Cannabis 2.0 product.
Totally.
It can be off-putting for some OGs, but when they try it and get to know it, they like it, man. In general, everybody loves our shit.
Yeah, bro.
It's just matter of getting it out there. So, and it's great that you had those questions about the terpenes and stuff, and that's something I'm really focusing on, is just trying to simplify everything. Because I can go on and all of a sudden start rambling like I did with those terpenes, and people are like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I'm with you because I'm a heavy smoker. I'm like 22 years of smoking weed or some shit. And I love it, but I don't know. It's like being able to play guitar, but you don't know that I can hit the chords, but I don't know what the chords are. So if it's like, hey, play a G chord, it's like I don't know that, but then I'll play one. You're like, that's a G chord. It's like, okay, dude, I can just play guitar. It's like that with weed. Like I don't know any of the stuff, but I feel like I'm just a weed guy. Like
Bro, I was clipping up, making some shorts, which you motivated me. I saw you posting a lot of shorts. So I'm clipping up my old podcast and making shorts, and I went through one of ours, and you're talking about bro, I just live high.
100%.
What brand is this?
So it's funny. I just got this pen. It's called Extracts.
Oh, I've never smoked this.
It's very good, but I bought one of these pens from the store and it didn't work. And then I it's hard as fuck to return shit from it. It was like a week later because I went to New York.
Better than I thought it would. Shit, I'm like,
Yeah, it's live resin. This thing fucking pops, dog. But then the pen didn't work, and then I felt like a dick. So I was like, well, I didn't want to waste the money, but then I can return it. So I went to the store a couple days ago, bought a brand new one that hopefully would work. It did, and then I went right back inside like a minute later, swapped the broken one, and I was just like, hey, this one doesn't work. And the guy was like, really? And he tried. He's like, huh, that's weird. It doesn't work. So I got a one for free that worked, I guess.
okay.
So it felt good, but I felt like a dick at first. But it's like, well, they sold me a broken one,
Yeah.
so I just went back to get my fucking money's worth. But it just sucks. I don't know, dude. I smoke so much weed. If I don't, It's one of those weird things I realize. Even if I don't smoke the weed, like having this in my pocket makes such a difference.
Just
Like,
knowing it's
just
there.
knowing it's there.
Yeah.
You don't know. You get it.
Yeah, because I'll keep these little bottles in my pocket. Bro.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I'm like, okay, I'll pop one. You know,
Bro, I
it's
take
just
these
a peace
long,
of mind.
I take these long ass flights. Like I just flew back from New York, and it's like, 6-hour flight plus like an hour to the airport, and then an hour before you get there, and like it's just the whole day is just traveling. And I just need to be ripping these pens, bro. I go to the bathroom at the airport. I smoke it on the plane in the bathroom. I just don't.
Shit.
People say the alarms go off. It's like if you're smoking like a madman, dude. I rip it, hold it real tough. I just blow out little spurts as I flush the toilet, like in the toilet flush. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky with it, but I get high as fuck on the plane, dog.
See, I have a different route.
Edibles?
I do edibles, but more so I use just working for the Pirouana and Koan. I used to bring a couple Pirouana packets.
Yeah.
This is funny. It's kind of a turn up I've been doing. I'll buy like I'll bring either some Pirouana, Koan, and then I'll also bring with me like 4 of those little mini bar bottles of like vodka or whiskey.
Yeah, that's so,
Sip
dude.
a couple of those, throw in a little packet in the mix, a little crossfade on the plane. I'll start like getting. Then I just like to write, like just start brainstorming.
Oh man, that's a great idea. I couldn't even imagine making a mixed cocktail with one of those fucking things in it too.
Yeah, it gets you. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, that's fucking filthy.
Well, the thing is with like mixing these in, I don't know how in terms of mixing them in alcohol. First of all, not recommended.
Not
everybody.
recommended.
But if you are gonna mix it, what I have found works the best with Pirouana and Koan is beer.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, word.
Because
I could see that.
Because I tried to put, I think it was Pirouana and whiskey once.
Just
and it was
not break
weird.
down?
It was like kind of a weird thing
I
going
could see
on.
that.
I feel like the flavor. Yeah, so I'm like, right. I used to do with my buddy Bryce when we'd brainstorm. We'd do Blue Dream Corona sometimes. Get a 6-pack, throw 10 milligrams in each one.
Yeah.
Sip them back, get that little
That's
beer
what I'm
buzz.
saying. You get the nice mix of both, but you can also do them separate. You can just it's being creative, enjoying the.
And that's what I've been telling people about Koan and just drinks in general is because it doesn't need to be just an alcohol replacement. Like,
Bro, yeah.
it can be an end of the night nightcap.
Yep.
Like, go out, have some cocktails.
That's when I was drinking when I was drinking the Pirouana stuff or whatever, any of the drinks I ever have, I do the nightcaps with them. Because the ones
that's a fucking play.
Yeah, because I remember you posted a video of just like how to make this like cocktail thing, and I was like, I don't have all these ingredients, but I'll just be a little fun with it. And like, yeah, because I don't really drink a lot of alcohol, so I do like to have a little bit of fun with like marijuana based, drinks, because like I feel like sometimes like I don't know, not like you get forgotten, but it's like, dude, I get fucked up. I just don't really like, I don't know, alcohol. Like I want to be able to like handle my shit later, and for some reason with anything weed wise, I feel like I can handle it. Alcohol, it gets me different, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'll say or do stuff, I'm like, oh, it's a little embarrassing. With weed, I'm like, oh, I can still be me and be high all day, but still feel like I'm myself,
That's so true. And like when you said that, it popped in my head because I don't know if I've ever like had a regret when I'm like stoned.
You know what I mean?
Countless when I'm drunk.
Right?
It's like I don't know if I really have a high regret.
My high regret might be
pepperoni instead of plain.
Yeah, my high regrets a lot of times are just like I wish I would like stop, like say something, stop being like I'll talk to myself in my head too, but it's never like, oh, you said that shit you shouldn't have said, or you did that thing you shouldn't have done. I feel like half the time it's just like I don't know, I'm a fun version of myself. I think I'm chill. Oh, thank you, dog.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful bowl.
Yeah, thanks, man. I got it from the Woods. They just opened their lounge too in West Hollywood.
Oh, that's so funny because it's called the Woods. Like I just thought you found it in the woods. Bro, I got it from the woods, man. I was walking down this trail. I just kicked it around. I was like, oh shit.
Bro, my little brother found us. We called it the magic stick, which is funny. But he found this like at the time it was probably like a $300-400 bong buried in my woods.
No way.
But it was my older brothers. They hid it in the woods years ago. It was like halfway buried, and they couldn't find it because leaves fell.
Wow, dude, that's so cool. I think finding any kind of treasure or finding anything buried, like when I was a kid, I think time capsules were so cool. Like I wish I did them when I was younger. Like I always thought that like when a school would do it, you see something on TV, like, oh, we're gonna put together a time capsule, and then you open it, and like there's ones that you open like in 20 years, and ones that like you leave for like the next generation.
Like what? I remember planting some of those too.
Yeah, it's just, but it's so fun to like, I don't know, I love that. Like when I go on the, I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but like when I go on the road, I bury bowls and weed in the cities I travel to, and then I make a treasure map on how to get to them. and I put it in the feature bedroom because a lot of the times you stay in a comedy house. So if you go to these houses and shit, you'll find usually it's under the bed, but I tuck away a little map and it'll show you step by step how to get to this bowl, and it's buried. Like it's in a bag wrapped up with.
So you do that for other people and
Yeah.
yourself, or just you? So
Other people too. If I see people coming to town that I'm friends with, I'll be like, yo, if you run out of weed or you need weed, there's actually a bowl and a bowl pack in it buried in that yard. Just rebury the bowl. You can smoke the weed if you need to. But like, and I've had a couple of my friends hit me up and they found the map and they fucking did. One guy hit me up and he called me and he's like, dude, I'm going through this yard and I'm digging up hole after hole and I can't find it. And I was like, send me a picture of the yard. I'll circle it on the fucking, because I know exactly where I bury them. I make it like next to a big root or next to something pronounced in the yard that it's like, oh, and you go to these cities once a year, but when you go back, it's like, oh, yeah, that's exactly where that shit is buried. And it's like no one's going to disturb it. Like no one knows about it at all. It's in like someone's backyard. And I try to do it. And when I stay in a hotel, I tried to do it in the city, which I did bury in the city. But then it's like, fuck, I don't know where I think I need to hide the map then maybe in the comedy green room at the club. Maybe that's the thing. So I just need to make sure the guys can get the map. But I just think that's so fun to like, you have to find this weed now, and then you get to smoke this weed, and it's like, oh shit, dog! And my buddy found it, and he was so excited. He's like, yeah, it was one bowl pack, but he got to smoke it with the other guy that was there, and the guy was laughing his ass off, like, you found this in the ground, dude? And he's like, no, my friend buried it, I promise. He's like, that's crazy, man.
Dude, I fucking love that idea. And you got me thinking that like I want to do one out here. That's just like, and put it out maybe digitally, but like do like a California like huge scavenger hunt.
Homie, that's genius. I love that.
Video releases of hints.
Yeah.
Or something.
No, you're dude.
Cool. Like, and
I love that shit.
Like do like a cool treasure chest, bury like
fuck yeah,
ounces, some edibles and shit.
Dude, that's so cool. Hell yeah, man. You just have the people that follow you, and that's a good way to have just like your followers. Like, I'm only gonna release it on my Instagram or on my whatever. So you need to follow me to do that. Then you just do little hints, and along the way you could do fun like little things. Like I'll put a gram here, a couple grams there, so a lot of people can win. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like the first 10 people that find like say you do it in a park somewhere, you could hang out at the park like where they don't see you. But then when you see someone walk up and get the prize, and you can go put another gram there. And then just during that day, whoever figures out the riddle can run over, and maybe you give out an ounce that day if 28 people figured it out and actually went there. But realistically, it's probably going to be 3 to 5. You know, but I think that'd be fun as fuck. Even if you only get a gram or an eighth or some shit, I'd be stoked as fuck if I figured some shit out and some motherfucker gave me a...
Yeah, you got me just reminiscing because I love doing that shit. My mom did them for me when I was a kid.
Right?
I love doing them for my little siblings, my nieces and nephews.
It's just so fun, man. There's something so...
You get so excited, and it's like...
Right?
Even when you know where it is and you're the one... Sorry, I said that.
Oh, no, you're good. I wasn't out. Yeah, my bad kicks on.
You know, it's just like... I can't remember the last one I did.
Yeah.
But I know we did one for the nieces and nephews like a couple of years ago when I was in town.
I just love to...
That's cool that you thought of that. When was the first time you did it? When you're like, were you just like stone like, I'm gonna do this map?
So let's see. You know what's so funny? I was just thinking of because like I'm trying to do stand up, and it's weird because like when I was playing music, I would just play like whatever I would like, whatever I wanted to play. I didn't really give a fuck if other people liked it. It was really if I felt it was good and it like vibed with me. I was like, that's my music. I'm gonna play it. But with stand-up, for some reason, I feel like I'm always in this mode of, like, are people... Obviously, because people need to laugh, but it's like I'm so thinking about them more than I'm thinking about my own thing. And I was on the road, and it was like, the host does this long, then the act does this long, you do that long. It just feels so fucking, like... Not fun, but it just feels so, like, too professional. Where, like, we're fucking comics, man. We're telling jokes and fucking around. And, like, I just started thinking, like, stuff in my life that's exciting and silly isn't just going to happen. I have to kind of be this conduit to, if you have a silly idea or a fun thought with your friends or whatever, like fucking do the thing. Don't just think of the idea, like actually do it. And then it can start with something as simple as like when I had that bowl, the reason I actually thought of that is I was going to throw it away when I was traveling home, because I was like, I'm flying out of Arkansas. I'm not going to fly out of a fucking state with, because I'd fly in with a clean one, use it, but then I'd dump it before I left, you know? But then I was like, well, I'm not going to fly out. But then I was like, I felt bad throwing away this bowl. I know it's a cheap bowl, but I'm like, fuck, man, someone would want to use this. And I was like, well, I don't want to just leave it in the house because this is before I knew now where all the comedy houses, you could just leave it in the drawer in the kitchen. They don't care. But like, I'm such a new act. I was like, I don't want to get in trouble and be like, who left this weed here? And I can't work there, you know? So I was like super nervous, but I'm like, what the fuck can I do to leave this weed here for fun? Like, and then I was like, oh, I could bury it. And then I was even thinking I can make a map for myself just to find out where I bury it. And then it just slowly became like, oh, that's fun. And as I'm like, I'm doing the paces, I'm drawing the tree, and I'm doing the whole house, and like it's putting like this is where the fucking thing is in the backyard or the front yard. And like it just became this like I wanted to share it. After I made it for myself, I was like, I think this is just stupid and fun, and I would love it if someone's like, oh, you're in that house, check under the bed. There's a map. That map will get you a bowl of weed. Good luck. And you're just like, oh, fuck, that's awesome. And you're in the middle of nowhere, and it just gives you something fun to do. And, like, I don't know, like, people like Todd Glass and all these amazing comics. It's like, I'm not saying I'm this creative, awesome person. It's just sometimes you have to be, it's like making an effort to be happy. It doesn't just happen. Same thing with being, like, having fun with life. Like, oh, I want to add to stuff like that's my little piece. I want other people to throw their little pieces in, and then life just becomes a little bit more silly and fun because it gets too serious sometimes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think they have the answer, and there's no answer. We're all gonna die one day, and it's not to be morbid. It's a good thing because like do some shit now, but enjoy what we're doing. Don't like it's like that's I hate using like those quotes, but like enjoy the journey. Like any big thing I've ever happened in my career, any big moment, that wasn't. Like I was expecting this amazing feeling. I never got it. And I was like, oh, the feeling is the building of the thing and the journey of the thing. And like these moments are cool just to kind of reflect on what you did. But realistically, it's like enjoy just the process of enjoy the fact that we can do this. Like the fact that I can wake up, bro, and I don't have a boss and I just do stand up and run businesses that me and my buddies made. Like I like kiss the floor every day thanking like God that I can even do that shit. But at the same time, it's like, well, we made the fucking effort to do this shit, you know? But it's also, I don't know, bro. I also smoke so much weed. I feel like if I never wanted weed to be, I'm not going to quit, but I never want weed to be the reason that people are like, oh, he's a loser, but he smokes weed and that's why. So it's like, it's cool to be one of the people that smokes a ton and then you get shit done. It looks pretty cool too to be like, oh, that guy's a pothead as fuck, but man, does he work his ass off, you know? Like those people always inspire me.
And it gives me like, personally, when I consume it, like a joint, edible, whatever, it gives me usually, especially when I smoke it or have a beverage, like when I eat heavy edibles, I can be more sedative. But
yeah,
like,
for sure.
It gives me that extra boost, that extra little creative energy. It's like an energy drink, creative energy drink sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
It is funny, dude. When I play my guitar, I'll like rip a bowl right before I start playing, and it's just when I blow out and I hit those notes, it's like the music. It's like, you know, how the cannabinoids work with your body. I feel like the music and the cannabinoids work together. It's like, yeah, I mean, you just feel it, and it's just so different. It's like, man, I get it. I get why when you play music and you smoke weed, or you do, or you draw when you smoke weed, or you do whatever. Like, I get it, how it gives you that creative. I don't know, man. It's a beautiful thing. I'm not anti-alcohol. I like drinking. It's really fun. But whenever I drink, it's more of like a party mode. And when I smoke weed, it could be anything. But a lot of times, it's just about thinking, being creative, like just putting myself in positions mentally that I don't know. I listen to a lot of inspirational bullshit, and then just really try to think about what the fuck they're saying, and not just listen to it. And weed will do that. If I'm drunk, I'm not gonna fucking be able to take in anything.
Yeah, there's if you're drinking, there's like a small window.
Yeah,
right?
for real.
And then like if you step over that, you're like, it's too much.
Yeah.
You're gone.
But that's why I really enjoy alcohol recently, is because I only drink one or two, and it's that small window, which I'm like, ooh, I got that fun. But it's like when you're playing pool and you're like, wow, I'm honing in right now.
Yeah.
But then it's like you have one more drink and you're done. You're done for the night.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I feel you. Like I still enjoy drinking. I'm on my Cali sober spurt right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. There's something nice about it. You know, it's so old too, which goes. You know, people have been drinking it forever, smoking weed too forever.
There's something about that, the classicness. Like, do you want to ever smoke cigars? Cigars look so just.
I like them.
I like
It's hard
romanticize
to
them.
smoke a whole one to me,
Bro,
I
I
always
like
put it out. I always have to. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna stay here for 5 hours.
And I feel like I'm gonna pass out half the time. I feel like I hit it wrong sometimes. Like they're
They were the
rough.
first thing I smoked, bro.
Really?
Yeah. We I was in 7th grade, maybe 6th grade. I ordered some online to my house.
No way.
Stole some, and me and my boys, we made. It was winter time. There was this huge plow, and we made this place we called the Peace Place. and we just go smoke stogies there.
Whoa, that's dope.
And then yes, but yeah, it's hard.
But yeah, they're rough.
Yeah,
they're one of those things I feel like I romanticize a lot. There's something about just especially when you're an old man with a cigar and your drink. So I get.
Yeah, with the drink, especially a whiskey, it lends itself nicely.
Right.
And that's why too, though, weed, like smoking a J, even with like a cannabis drink, lends itself.
Yeah.
That's like the terpene thing too.
Yeah.
Or whatever else you're consuming. And I'm a big fan of that and believer of like changing your experience, figuring out maybe you have a drink or an edible, wait 30 minutes, an hour, have a smoke.
Yeah.
That's going to fluctuate your high a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm starting to geek out a little bit. But.
No, I love it because I know what you mean. When I was a kid, it was always like, oh, whatever the weed is, I'll smoke it. And now it's like I try to stay away from like with edibles and other shit, it doesn't matter, but smoking heavy, I try to stay away from sativas. I try to go more hybrid or indica. It's more of an anxiety thing. I feel like sometimes the sativas are so strong and it just gets me so wound up.
I'm give you. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
No, because I feel you. But lately I've been wanting to get a little more sativas. Lately.
Yeah, I know you get like
I'll those because it kicks in quick, bro. Like if I get too stoned off even some edibles, like because it hits hard. I'll drink one or sometimes even two of those calm shots I've done, not back to back, but like
for sure.
Because it has the 15 milligrams of CBD and the terpenes.
Now it'll just
and it's like, isn't it like a fucking? I feel like I'm doing like a sales pitch. I'm not even trying to. Like, it actually helped me. Like, I made videos about this previously years ago, and everybody's so different too.
No, I know what you mean, but if it helps you, like I love sharing shit that helps because it could help somebody else, and that's the whole point, you know.
Yeah, and it's like, and it takes effect pretty quick. Like I'm not going crazy or anything, but I'm like. Sometimes when I get too high too, and that's why I like doing it before working out. Like sometimes I'll find myself getting too stoned, just kind of like thinking around my place here and like pacing.
Yeah.
I'm like pacing around my place. I'm like, dude, just chill, bro.
Yeah.
My heart's like a fucking.
Yeah, I like the smoking before working out because I feel like by the time I realize that I'm really working out, it's like 45 minutes in, and you're like, oh, dude, that's been great because you're just high and in the zone and moving and like it is. I do think that you can get couch locked, but if you get high and just get up and move, it is the best fucking thing. Sometimes I'll even think like you don't need to smoke that much. Like I'll be sitting down, I'll smoke like 3 bowls in a row, and it's like, Mike, you haven't left this room, and you're not gonna feel like if you go outside, I bet you're way higher than you think you are, and you are. You know what I mean? Like you go out into the real world or wherever, you're just like, oh yeah, I'm great, I'm really good right now. But at my house, just for some reason, I feel like I gotta keep smoking. So I've been trying to like just buy weed and just do take a couple of hits, enjoy it, and then just not smoke, give myself like 20 minutes. I feel like, man, I do think I just enjoy the act of smoking, you know what I mean, a lot, which is like, cause I'm going to not get so high after it. At some point, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to get any higher, and I just don't want to waste weed, but man, do I could, like, I wish I could smoke a cigar of weed, like a slow burning, like.
They got some nice ones out there.
Really?
Yeah. There's several different ones. The one that I'm most familiar with is Il Blunto.
Okay.
But they're hemp wraps, and they do it's all hand picked like nugs, so they don't use grinders. They're all hand rolled.
Yeah.
And they have glass tips. They're one of the bigger brands. They actually just expanded to Canada.
Fuck yeah, the glass tip stuff is so dope.
Yeah.
I love the technicalness that weed is getting. It's just so cool, man. It's such a cool industry that dude, the fact that there's pre-rolls and you just buy them like cigarette packs, and it's just a ton of joints. And it's like, and then I was like, you know what? I want mini. I wish there was mini joints. And then they make these mini Jeters and these little guys. You're like, that's amazing. And then I got to the point where I was like, I wish they made like mini joints. So just like 3-hitter. And then I see those ones. And I was like, dude, it is just awesome. Like the weed industry is so on top of just innovating, moving forward, figuring shit out. Like they're not shy with ideas. And I feel like I love industries that are just like, let's try it. You know what I mean? Like that's my like, let's try it. If it works, it's awesome. If it doesn't work, fuck it. We'll do something else. And I feel like weed industry is just so heavy with fuck it, let's try it. And it's awesome, bro. That's how big ideas happen.
Yeah, I love hearing that, you know, from just like, because I'd see it too. So
yeah, you're in it, man.
Like, dude, what I was gonna say when you were talking a second ago was like, think of when my first podcast I did at your studio, bro.
Yeah.
What is that? Not 2.5 years ago, if that, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Think how far it's come in 2 years.
Yeah, I know we opened June 2019.
Okay, shit. So I maybe came a little because I launched my podcast November 2020. I don't even know. Shit might be 3 years.
Yeah, I was saying, I think it was 3. Yeah,
Dang, dude, time flies, bro.
Yeah,
But
that's
either
what-
way, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen so much.
Yeah,
change,
dude.
bro. Think coming up next, like.
Yeah, I mean, even with just the weed stuff, like think about the shit you've been like. This shit wasn't even around 3 years ago. The stuff that you're fucking with right now, or if it was in like the infancy stages. I mean, now it's like refined to the point where they have these bottles that look fucking surgical, and everything just looks so clean and like good. And I love it, man. I love that it's not like a. It looks like the shit that I'm like proud. Like I'm a weed guy, but I'm proud to be a weed guy. And these kind of brands make me be proud to be a weed guy because it's not all Spencer Gifts kind of stuff. Because like it is a culture, but it's like, which I don't mind that shit. It's fun, but like when we're daily weed people, it's like, man, my life isn't like this. Oh shit, dude, whatever. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna rip my pen, then I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna run my business. I'm gonna do this. This just helps me kind of enjoy the day. You know what I'm saying?
For real, yeah.
It's so stupid, but like it's for like what I mean. Like if I have a pen, like I have 2 of these on me, because if one dies, I'm like, all right, I want to rip a second one. Cause like and I get it. Everyone's got their vice. I don't mind. It's just like just handle your vice or try to. I don't know. No offense if people are struggling with shit. 'Cause I get it. But I'm just saying that's my main thing. Is everyone's like vibes differently. Everyone feels shit differently. But just try to just don't let it overtake what you're doing. Because even with weed, sometimes I do feel like, all right, Mike, you need to keep working. Don't let this couch lock you too hard, or because some days it's just.
That's why I use it as a reward too.
That's
lot.
yes.
I'm gonna grind really hard on this. I'm gonna put a timer on my phone for 2 hours.
Timer's smart.
I'm
very
gonna go
smart.
In. When that timer goes off, I'm rolling up.
Yeah, that's
taking
smart.
a quick hit, or
Dude.
taking a drink, little fucking Pavlov dog shit.
No, it's smart though, bro. Because for a while I was like waking and baking, but the weed shit is so strong now. I'm like, dude, I am blazed at 9 in the morning. What am I doing? I still do, but it's like, what am I doing? But it's like I was for a while being like, all right, wait till noon at least. But then I'd do the same thing. I'd set an alarm at noon, and the second that shit would go off, it was just make me so happy. And I know it's probably not healthy, but it's like whatever, man. It's also just like learning how to balance this whatever we're doing. Because I mean, I'll go a day where I try not to smoke all day, and it's just like, I don't know, man. This ain't much better. Like, what am I missing out on? It's not like I'm missing out on these emotions that I'm not. You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh, you're just high all day. It's like, yeah, man, I'm smiling and enjoying my life all day. Like, what am I supposed to just sit here sober and just be like sit in this? I don't get it. I get where it'd be positive in a way, but it's just. It's not for me.
Yeah, I feel you. And what I think about with that is there's a reason we have an endocannabinoid system. Like that, we don't have an endo alcohol system.
Yeah. No, for sure. Or an endo,
which I never thought of.
meth system.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a trip?
That's because mushrooms also we have something on right that connects with the mushroom bullshit. That's why I do think mushrooms and weed are the two kind of. There's something about those two that I'm like. Because when you do other drugs, I'm like, oh, I'm really high, but I'm just high. I'm not connecting with stuff. When I do mushrooms, I'm just I get, you get those moments where you're like, man, I think that just changed my life a little bit.
Bro, I recently did for the first time in fucking 8 years probably. And
do you get anxiety? Do you get anxious before you trip ever? Because I get anxious before I always have a great time, but before every time, man, I get anxious before. And I try not to because I don't want to, go into it like that.
This time I didn't, but in the past there was one time in particular where I did, and I took a lot, and it wasn't a good trip. It was the time I had a bad trip.
Yeah.
But I was sitting on some of these for a little bit too, and I was gonna take them one weekend. And to your point, I'm like, I'm not in the right headspace right now.
Yeah.
And then the other week.
Were they chocolates or just straight up?
Just straight up.
I love the just straight up, man.
Well, I put them.
No, I mean, yeah. You mix
put 'em in
them,
peanut
but
butter.
yeah. But I mean, I like the actual mushrooms.
Yeah,
I don't mind the chocolate, but it's just I don't know, man. I just give me the mushrooms and I'll put it on a pizza or on something. But I kind of want to see what I'm fucking with a little bit. You know what I mean? Because when you look at some of those mushrooms, you're like, this is a stem, but this stem is blue, bro.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean?
That's so true. And I don't even know what it all means. I was looking, I'm because I think I think if it has some coloring, it's probably more potent. This is my thinking.
Yeah.
If it has some coloring, a little more fungus on there, it's probably more potent.
So when did you do these?
The cap, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, word. So how was it?
Great. And I went into it with a goal of some thoughts that I had about this upcoming year and kind of
Fuck yeah, dude. So it was like a mental trip.
It was like to dive deep, kind of like soul searching, and it really was.
Did you do it with other people?
No, just in here myself. I mean, I went on like
yeah, but like just
solo mode.
Whoa,
First time doing that too.
Homie, good. You know what's? I really, really respect solo mode people with stuff because, like, my homie Joe in New York, I'll hit him up. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm heading to Atlantic City. Like, he just went on a cruise to the Bahamas. And I was like, oh, who you going with? He's like, just me. And it's like, what the like, I would never think to, like, for comedy I will, but that's still not even by myself. It's for work. It's not solo mode. It's for work. Like, I would never just book a trip to go somewhere and book a solo mode thing. That's so hard, bro. It's always like, hey, homie, do you want to, at least one person, do you want to go with me? You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's so, I respect that. That's some cool mental shit, bro. Because even to trip alone, because, like, you know what I mean, you're so, when you're tripping, even when you have one other person, you're like, oh, you're my trip buddy.
And
you know what I mean?
And yeah, that's where I'm like, next time I do want to do it. But I was like, dude, I was fucking with it so much, and like at one point I got in my bathtub to like Epsom salts, dude, and like first I was like tripping out looking at the shadows, but then like I like closed my eyes, was floating in this kind of hot water, bro, and like it got deep, dude. Like I like felt like I like went inside my fucking
that
soul.
rules, bro.
And then I like
man.
got out of the water. I'm like fresh.
Yeah, bro. But I do. That's what I do think at some, like, you have to do those like restarts and like, and again, to check in with yourself, like mentally, spiritually, physically, all that shit. Like, am I like, you know, just where am I at? And then also like, yeah, man, you can really think deep. Like, dude, I had one of the best, and with mushrooms too, man. It really does unlock something. Like, there's something there that it just
Another dimension, like,
dude, it's just great, man. I feel like every time I do mushrooms, something mad, like, for real, it sounds dumb, bro, but like, so I did mushrooms when I did the Gateway show. So Billy, I was trying to get on the Gateway show forever. Billy would never book me on it.
Is that the one that went viral? That clip?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he was like, I'm not going to put you on this show because you smoke too much weed. This show is kind of to show people high, and you're just high all the time. It's not gonna be that fun. And I was like, I get what you're saying, but I was like, we weren't even homies by then. Like, we kind of didn't like each other in the beginning. And then I was like, I'll do anything to be on this show, homie. And he's like, all right, well, will you do mushrooms? And I was like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. So then he gave me some mushrooms. I was like, all right. So I put them in my pocket, and I was like so excited to be on the show and just do whatever. And then I did the mushrooms. And I remember being like, after I got off stage, I remember legit being like, I think something special just happened. Just like feeling, but I was on mushrooms. But you know what I mean? You just have that feeling. I'm walking around because I'm like so high. I had to leave the building. I was on the street by myself in Seattle. And I was just walking, like, that just felt like something, that just felt really cool. Like, it felt different cool, right? And it was all stream of consciousness. That entire set was just, it was all riffed. It wasn't a joke. It was just,
and you were like
gone, bro. Yeah, gone, dog. I'm not kidding, because Billy gave me so no joke, he gave me a handful of mushrooms. I put them in my shirt pocket, and I was just grabbing them and eating them and just talking and like just relaxing, grabbing a little piece. They're all tiny little pieces. And then when I reached in to grab another piece after a while, there was no more pieces. And I was like, oh my God, I just ate all of them. Like, and I don't know how much there were, but it was like a fucking handful. I wasn't going to eat them all. I was going to save some for later so I could have mushrooms just for homies and me later. And I was like, oh my God, I ate all. So I started getting real nerves, and it was like out of a movie. Billy's like, yo, you're next. And I was like, bro, I can't right now. I'm too high. And he was like, that's the point. Like, he was laughing at me. I'm like, no, bro, you don't understand. Like, you don't understand. Like, I can't. And then I went out there, and then after the set, I go back, and then like months go by, bro. Right? And then nothing happens. When Billy's like, yo, Leafly gave us money on a sponsored tour. I want you to, I don't know if they recommended me, but he asked me to go on the road with them. So we did like 27 shows in 30 days. And like, that's when I quit the job at the Underground, and I moved to LA because I was like, I'm not going to stick around when I quit like, that was a giant chunk of me moving. So during that road trip, right? So I haven't done mushrooms since then. During that trip, we have one day off, like our first day off after like 25 days. We're like, yo, let's go. We're going to go to Universal or Disney or Universal. We're going to Universal Studios. Like, all right. So we got a bunch of mushrooms. So the next day we do the mushrooms, right? And then Billy, that night before we do the mushroom, the night before we go to Universal, I asked Billy, like, hey, do you have that video at all? Like, I remember you mentioned you taped that show, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, I just felt like it was kind of cool, and I kind of want to post it, like if you have it. And he's like, yeah, I got it. I'll send you it. He sends me, I post it that night. I go to bed. Wake up in the morning, we go to Universal, take mushrooms, right? I'm tripping, having a great time. My phone is blowing up, dog. Because everyone's like, dog, your video is going, it's on Lad Bible, it's on Bro Bible, it's everywhere, right? And this is the next time for me doing mushrooms was that night. To me, right now at Universal Studios, tripping so hard, just being like, oh my God. And then Billy, and you know, when you're high, you're looking at the screen and you just can't, because it's a screen and it's just something about it. And Billy's like, dude, put that in your pocket. Enjoy today. Tomorrow, everything's going to be mega different. It's going to be really fun. So I put it away, and then like that whole thing happened. And I feel like every time I do mushrooms, there's always like the next time we did, like 2 times later, whatever, we did mushrooms, we went to Universal again to celebrate Third Wheel. And that day we were all on mushrooms walking around. Bill Burr dropped into Third Wheel just to do a set, and we had no idea. So we're all celebrating at Universal on mushrooms, and then our legendary fame, like one of our favorite comics of all time, drops into our club. And I just feel, I'm like, and it's at Universal, the same place where I was at. It's just these weird ties, and mushrooms always fucking ties shit, bro. Always ties shit. And
I love those stories.
And
man.
one more, because this purple light. I'm not kidding, because this purple light. So, I did a show at Looney's in Colorado, and this is where this is the main story I was like excited about. So I went to show at Looney's in Colorado, and the owner's like, you do mushrooms, I saw your videos, whatever. I got these that are Mike kick you in the dick mushroom, like high. And I was like cool. He's like, no, dude, I get high a lot, bro. These wrecked me. I was like, cool. So he gives me them, and they're like blue. These are crazy. They're grown. I don't think they were wild. They were like grown, right? So then I was like, cool, man. So like he gives me a fucking fat bag of them. And then like I have them for like 6 months, dude, right? And then I want to go see his band Turnstile in New York. And they're in Brooklyn, and they're playing this fucking outdoor place. There's no roof on it. It's this outdoor area. And if you look up the Brooklyn Mirage Turnstile, like so it's just this giant LED wall. This thing must be like 50 feet tall, and it wraps the entire stage and goes into the crowd a little bit. So, and I'm just, dude, so I'm on these mushrooms, and I'm just tripping harder than I think I've ever tripped for real. Like these things he wasn't kidding. You know what I mean? Like we could barely get to the venue. We were so high. Like we were taking the subway there. It was an adventure to even fucking,
that's a trip in itself.
to get there. Right. So then finally when the show starts, there's this purple light. There's like that exact purple light just like fills the entire room. And then you're waiting there, and then out of nowhere, and it's like raining on us just lightly, but then it starts pouring. I mean, like pouring rain where we're just, everyone's just drenched. You're done. You're drenched. Like I had my phone like wrapped up in my shirt, wrapped up in my coat pocket, hoping that it would survive. You know, it was one of those like, fuck it. And I like the show started, the LED walls turn on, it's all purple, and it just starts zooming into the stage, and then the show just blasts off, and it was like the wildest hour of my, like it was just that
raining the whole time,
bro.
like that?
Yeah, man, it was. And it was like we were
so they
over.
were doing their whole set when it was just.
And they had a canopy over the stage, but even then, after like 25 minutes, the whole stage is soaked. They're covering the amps and stuff with these trash bags to save the amps, because like the speakers don't matter as much, but the heads on all these stacks are like $2,500, $5,000 like guitar heads and shit, and they're just rocking the fuck out in the rain. And bro, like I was overheating and then getting drained. It was like the most magical shit ever. And mushrooms was 100% like. It was like a 5D experience. You know what I'm saying? It was the wildest shit. Now, whenever I see that purple tone, it just brings me right to that moment of, because you're sitting out there and you're overheating. We're overheating because you're so cold, and we have all these jackets on and shit. We have everything on, and then it's raining on you, and then you just or you go from freezing to jumping around overheating. It was the wildest night ever, bro. But I do feel like, I'm not saying if I wasn't on mushrooms, but it does add, like with music and a festival and the energy and people and like doing like smoking weed, doing mushrooms. Like there's something that is, it's kind of, it's like adding the perfect seasoning to something. You know what I mean? When you take a bite of chicken, you're like, man, they just seasoned that perfectly. Like I feel like sometimes when you have that great drug moment, it was like that was seasoned fucking perfectly, bro. Because that experience, like, dude, when I left, this is the gayest thing, bro. When I left, I was crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, and I'm looking over back at the city, and I got a knot in my throat, and I almost started crying, dog. So I was like, that was one of the best nights of my entire life. And I know that right now. I've lived 36 years, and I know that was top 3 moments ever.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, but when you realize it in the moment, because of the mushrooms too, it was kind of this weird like enjoy that you got to do that, because you're not going to feel that for like, that's ridiculous. And like these big
Once in a lifetime.
yeah,
shit.
man. And I do think that's like with our life, we just have to think of that. Like I've been on my calendar, I write if like, was I happy today? Like is today a win or a loss? That's it. And I write it in big, a W or an L. So when I look at my month, I'm like, did I win more than I lost? And just like win is just like, did you have a happy day, man? Were you like enjoying your shit? Were you like helping your friends, helping your like feel like you're doing good shit like creatively? Do you feel like, and then a lot, and you try to win more, you just focus on the day and just try to win the day. And then if you start focusing on winning the day, bro, you'll put up W's every day, bro. Like, cause I didn't realize I was losing days when I wasn't focusing on them. I was just going into the day blindly and just being like, oh, today will just do itself. And it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's some real shit though. For
Yeah.
real. It's like having that intention, right? It's just set fucking, but yeah, and also be free. Like I'm such like a fly by the seat of my pants, but I'm also at the same time like pretty calculated. It's like a healthy mix, I feel like. But dude, the mushroom, those stories are fucking great, dude.
Oh, thanks, bro. I mean, I know. Sorry it was so much, but I was just getting
no,
like.
dude, no, I fucking appreciate it. I wish I had something better. Oh,
No, you're
I
good.
do have a good one
There we go.
that happened recently.
There we go.
So this opens up and I laid down. So I thought I made my window here. Like I was like, I'm watching TV. I'm watching the sky, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably doing it. Time seems to go so long. You know, when you're on boomers, it could have been a minute, could have been 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm laying there, bro, and there's big birds flying. Like
Yeah.
probably, like I don't know, regular sized big birds that fly around here, bro. And I'm laying there and I see this huge motherfucker flying out.
Real?
Yeah. And this shit's real. I tried to take a video, but it flew away. A plane came in and scared him. But dude, it was the biggest bird in the sky I've ever seen. And it wasn't just because I was like,
Yeah.
on boomers, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, is that a fucking bird coming for these other ones? And they start going in a fucking, this one's chasing it, bro. And it goes and puts its like, you know, claws out to grab it like that.
No way.
And then the other smaller one does like a little flip. And
To
then
get out of it?
Yeah, like he I don't know if it grabbed it. It looked like it almost did, but the other smaller one maneuvered out.
Wow.
And then a helicopter came and scared him away.
Wow.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, this is life.
That's-
dude,
dude,
Like, this
right?
is some crazy shit, bro.
I know, dude. I'm with you, man. That's crazy. It's so funny to
It's
see.
so simple.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think about that. Like the most way that things die is they get eaten. Like if you think like just any like the animals in the wild, like they usually, if we're not getting hunted by people, they're getting eaten by each other.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking wild. Like,
Yeah,
bro, I hope if I can just be old one day, and then I just feel like when you get old, I just like VR is incredible now. Like what am I 36? Like when I'm like 86 in 50 years. Yeah, I mean, like you're telling me VR isn't gonna be. I'll be sitting in a chair just like this, just fucking VR'd out, feeling like I'm in the middle of space, doing all this cool shit, fucking all these hot girls, and I'm just gonna be sitting in a white room with nothing around me. But yeah, I mean, like,
it'll be perfect. It'll be perfect for us because we'll be like at that stage where like want to fuck with it when we're like people, you know.
yeah, dude.
Because it's not at the point now where you could take it into these old folks' homes and people could really be getting after it.
No, exactly.
Like
Because
you're
it'll still
saying, like,
fuck you
yeah,
up because
yeah.
sometimes it gets you dizzy or gets.
But by
gets,
our time,
yeah, man.
Come on,
It's gonna be like, hey, put on these glasses like this, like actual glasses.
Have you
and
done the VR rooms,
No,
bro? They're fucking. I went to the one on Hollywood Boulevard.
there's one on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot around here.
Really?
But I only went to the Boulevard one. It's $50 for.
Dude, let me know whenever. I love VR. I think it's so cool.
I couldn't imagine doing that shit taking boomers.
Oh,
I
dog.
feel like it already makes it. It took me a little bit to adjust with the vision.
I
thing.
couldn't imagine that because I'm with you because imagine you're just in this world and you're high as fuck.
One of the games is a space world, like riding this escalator, and it shows like deep space.
Bro, I did one and I think it was at what's that place in downtown? They have all old school games, but they also do like it's like digital retro arcade retro.
Shit, I haven't
Fuck.
been there.
Fuck, I forgot the name of it, but it's like a retro arcade. But they have one where I hate when you like pay like $30 and then you play the game for like 7 minutes and it stops in the middle of the level. Like, all right, guys, next group, and you're like, ah. But I was sitting in this chair and they gave you a gun, like a Halo style. But then the fucking chair would move. So I was in the back of this truck and I had the goggles on, and the truck's going over these boulders and the fucking chair's moving, and you feel like you're on the truck, bro. Once the chair starts moving, you're like, oh, I'm in. Like your body just starts feeling like, and it went underground, like in this building down in the ground, and the truck, like the chair went with the truck, like down, and I was like, dude, this is insane good quality. Like I don't know, bro. Like video games scare me a little bit, because if I ever got into that world, like I saw some dude at home, he's got like the race game with the chair, the real shifter, and all that. I'm like, dude. I wouldn't leave my house. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's badass. I had the old school like $60.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, yeah, that's some shit. Yeah, because I would. It was fun, bro. It sold me, honestly, because I was like kind of like, oh, that's cool, and like come out of this session, like I literally like was looking at VR stocks, like let me fucking buy some shit. I'm like,
that's very smart. That's very smart. Because seriously, dude, that's that we're trying to do a VR comedy shit, because there are VR comedy clubs, and we're trying to do like at our club, like, hey, in the green room, we're gonna set up a VR thing with one guy just running it, and then you go upstairs and you put the goggles on, and now you are in the VR comedy club. You do the thing. And we just keep rotating comics coming in, and it's just like it's a whole world that's like it's so different. And I think it, like at first it got super corny, but it's like I don't know. There's a lot of people that are just old that can't leave their house. There are a lot of people that are like like they
want to go to be in fucking traffic or fuck with parking.
Yeah, dude, and they just want to be connected, because it's like I used to fucking diss like live when you do Xbox Live, and then you start playing with your homies, and then everyone's at their own apartment, but you're all playing together in the headsets. It's like, this is awesome. Like, this is so cool.
I never did that, but my brothers did.
I only did for like a couple years with a certain group of friends, like pulled me in with Call of Duty for
I see my little brother still doing it.
Yeah.
He's like just kicking it, talking. I'm like, oh, we're hanging out later. Like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah, man. There's so many people, like even on YouTube videos where you're watching some guy just talking, and it's just him playing some video game.
Dude, that shit, that is a ridiculous stat. I do not remember the numbers, but how much some of these games made in a day.
Isn't that wild, bro?
Of millions, like.
It is so crazy. It's so crazy.
It's such an interesting. I feel like there's so many interesting markets, or several right now, like the VR.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
Yeah.
Crypto.
Well, here's a quick thing about cannabis. So, when it becomes federally legal, do you think that it's going to change the complete? Because at some point, it's going to. You know what I mean? It's like, if not now, maybe within like 5-10 years max. It's got to be federally legal at some point.
It's gonna have to get.
So do you think that like when that happens, it's gonna, because like you can get stocks in like alcohol and whatever. Do you think there's gonna be like big cannabis companies like Budweiser and like stuff like that? Because now once it's across the board, because right now I feel like there's certain brands, but it's so different state to state because everyone has different regulations. But when it comes to like when it's federal, they might will just do like this blanket shit. Because then I feel like those companies are it's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like scary for a lot of people like that too, because there's no really knowing what's going on. I think a lot of companies will get acquired, and these like multi-state operators, these MSOs who have the best traction, will have the best kind of bet. But there are people, I don't know, dude. It's interesting to see how it's coming along, because it is.
Do you like that it's legal?
Like
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know some people are like, I hate that weed's legal. I'm like, I fucking love it, bro.
No, I would never want to live anywhere where it's illegal ever again.
Bro, right? I was just in New York and I was hitting the vape pen and I was next to these cops and I just started smiling like, dude, if just having these in my pocket when I was a kid would terrify me being next to these guys. Now I'm just ripping it and no one gives. It's like, it's such, I can't, whenever I go on the road to a place that is like when I'm in Kansas and I'm just like, smoking a joint outside and a cop drives by me, bro, it drops my heart. And I'm just like, like hide it, don't please. And they still drive by, but you're just like, oh yeah, you forget because we're so spoiled in California, dog. Like they don't give a fuck out here. Like they don't give a fuck out here to the point where like it's to even get pulled over for anything out here. Like I've been like, I don't know, man.
You gotta be doing some stupid or crazy shit.
Yes,
I think
crazy.
I've never been like. Everywhere else I've lived in my life, I've gotten borderline harassed. Being in smaller areas.
Yes.
Like Jersey, I was kind of moved out at 16, but they were such a small town. They would harass all the high schoolers. Like Kansas was pretty similar.
So were you smoking weed when you were in high school?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Me too.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
I know a lot of people that got into weed like later, like 30s.
And I think the legalization's helping with that. I was talking to this
Yeah,
lady
I think
today
you're right.
There's a fair amount of people that come in buying weed for other people, which is really cool. They don't consume it.
Yeah.
So I was talking to this lady. She was probably 60, 70 today. And she was like, I was trying to sell her some koan, and she's like, no, I don't enjoy it. I'm just buying a present today. But then I started telling her about Calm and like how many people I've gotten it to at the lounge. And she's like, oh, well, maybe I will try it. Because, like, dude, I've been getting old people, young people high for the first time for, like, these past 2 years with Purwana and Cone.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. They're like, oh, this is cool.
Well, yeah, my sister, like, this is a girl, like, she doesn't smoke at all, really. She'll hit her vape pen, like a little bit, like, once and, like, giggle with her friends. But she's been doing, like, these just 5 milligram edibles, and swears by them. And, like,
You know what the brand is?
I'm not sure, but I think she just gets a couple different whatever.
Just that dosage.
Yeah.
5.
But it is like they're dialing it in now, man. Because for a while, like, I was like 5 doesn't do shit, but now it's like if you get a real 5, you can feel it a little bit. Like, I mean, I like to do 25 usually is like my base, like just to kind of feel something or whatever. But like for people, it's got to feel like it's funny to see her and her friends now. Like, oh, we're gonna sit down, watch a movie, have a glass of wine, have like an edible or something. Like they get all like, this is fun. Like it's not this taboo. It's like it's kind of more mainstream in a good way because it shouldn't be this like drug feel. Like, dude, for like fucking Thanksgiving, like it still weirds me out, but like everyone in my family, like not everyone drinks, but like everyone's gonna have like a drink. There's like some like alcohol out, there's beers or whatever. And I'm not a big drinker, so like me and my brother, we go smoke. And when I was a kid, we used to have to try to hide it so bad. But even like my brother-in-law's mom knows, and like no one really cares. Like it's all like, oh yeah, we're all drinking, you're smoking. It's like more they see it as kind of like the same now in a good way. Like before, it's like you're getting high as they're drinking. Like you're getting high. Oh my god, and they're like drinking it.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but the stigma's getting like losing a lot more when people that like like my sister, like this corporate like awesome person, and just regular people are like dipping their toes in like here and there. And then it's not like they do it all the time, but it's not like it's just cool. Like
and that's why I love the new products and like beverages in particular is because it just lowers that barrier to entry. It's like intimidating to fucking rip a bowl or a bong or take a dab.
Yeah,
vapes are lower that barrier too, but you're still smoking.
Yeah, the dab's hilarious, bro. When you show anybody a dab, it's like they look at you like you're out of your goddamn mind. Like especially people that aren't really into weed anyway, and then they see that they're like, "This is what I'm talking about with you guys," and we just start laughing. Like, I get it, bro. I'm sorry. I know I look ridiculous. But they're making it better.
That's
sorry.
a goal of mine in 2023.
So what?
Dab more.
Really? Have you seen? Have you seen the Puffco's new that like they have like a pipe? It's like the Puffco thing, but it's
it
a little.
Looks like a Sherlock almost.
Dude, it rules. My buddy's got
it
one.
Cool.
It's.
That's good to know because the design when I looked at it, I'm like,
it's so cool. It's great because you sit there. Well, I'll be inside like the venue and whatever, and we're just hitting like a bowl, and it's fucking.
So okay, cool.
I really enjoyed it, man. Because I
smoked their other one.
The Puffco Pete. Yeah.
You prefer the other one?
For me being out and about, yes.
On the go.
Yeah, because for sure on the go. That's a perfect. Because like when like that, it's kind of big, but it's still not big enough. Like that Peak is a piece. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing a little backpack with you when you're rocking the Peak. If that thing you could throw in your fucking fanny pack in your hoodie pocket, and then and it just rips so nice. There's something nice about like hitting an oil or like I try not to do it too much, so then when I do hit it, it's like it really hits you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it can. From people dabbers I talk to all the time, it can build up your tolerance like that.
Oh my god, I was dabbing. My brother was making it for a minute, and I was just dabbing. I was dabbing. I didn't have weed. I was just dabbing, and it was just like, bro, I would do like 12 dabs within like easily a couple hours, and it's just like I don't know what I'm feeling anymore. And then now I like that if I take a dab, it's like, oh, thank God, it's doing what it should do. It should kick you in the fucking face and make you feel like, oh my god. That it shouldn't be like a hit of weed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what it's always been for me. Is like I get that initial, like even if I consuming a high amount of edibles and smoking a lot or whatever, like the initial hit is always kind of there for me. I just find it wearing off way quicker sometimes. It's
gotcha.
Like, I feel like it's a faster wear off. I feel like the highs obviously changed a little bit. But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
When you said wake and bake, I was like, dude, there's something. It's so funny how that's such a thing like that. But it fucks up the rest of the day if you.
So when do you not? So do you wait to smoke?
I usually wait till the evening.
Wow, good on you, bro.
However, I will work these into the mix.
Yeah.
I know
what you mean.
There's times that I'll work out in the afternoon, smoke before that. There's times I'll smoke, But I mean, like, there's.
No, that's good for you, man.
I don't go like too much. Like, I'll take a couple of hits, like functional. Like, I like to be like a nice functional.
I feel like such a piece of shit, bro. I smoke so much weed.
Everybody's got their own level, bro.
I know,
like,
but it's so
and
bad,
I go through
dude.
phases too. Like sometimes I will more. But
like no joke, but I wake up. First thing I do, I open the porch door for the dog to sit there. I sit at my computer, and I have a list that I make the day before. Like, so the night before, I try to like build 3 things I have to do tomorrow, right? And so then when you wake up, you don't have to think. It's like, do this list, right? And then it's fucking so. But I pack a bowl. I look at the list. I throw my YouTube on, and then I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna walk the dog in a minute, but I just smoke a bowl. Then I smoke a second bowl, and then I'm like, all right, get the dog, we'll walk the dog. I come back home, smoke a third bowl, and then I'm like, let me attack this list. And I do it, and that's why I feel like it's hard to feel. It's weird because I'm like, I feel not like I'm doing a lot, but like when you're getting shit done, it's hard to like not be like, well, I'm fucking high all the time, and I'm getting this. But I'm just mindlessly following this list. But like every night before I go to bed, I just make my, like, even on my list for today, it was like I had to bring the dog to the dog park. I went to go golfing, and then with my buddies and talk about some business bullshit. And then it was this, and then I'm going to third wheel after. And it's just like, just do what that list says. Don't overthink the day. And it allows me to just be high and just follow the map, bro.
Man, I respect it, bro. And it's like, it's a fine line to walk for me, because if I do smoke too much, I will become a little lethargic and not like. However, I do consume a fair amount of caffeine too, so it kind of balances out.
Okay.
Like
what's your drink? I like if I had a Red Bull today, and if I have a coffee or Red Bull, like I feel that shit, dog. Like I don't drink a lot. I drink mostly water and cranberry juice.
I drink the potent shit. Like the Bang Energy Celsius.
Oh, word.
Like 300 milligram shit.
Oh shit. Oh fuck yeah.
So that hits hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to stray away from that a little more, but and I've been working to,
Well, you got this healthy ass shit.
What did you think of that?
It's great, bro. I love it. I love like learning about these kinds of like, it tastes good, but I don't know. I feel like I try to like buy stuff that's good for me, and then every time I like ask one of my friends who's a doctor, she's like, "That thing's bullshit." I'm like, "Well, can you send me a link to a drink that's not bullshit?" Like I was like, "Oh, I want to do liquid IV. Just put it in my drink. You shake it up, you drink it." And she's like, "That's all bullshit. It's all." And she like rolls her eyes at me, and she's like, "Just eat your vitamins every day. You do whatever. Drink water. Do it." And it's like, I get you. You're probably right, but could you let me feel good instead of me drink? I got to drink something today. Can I drink this juice and feel like?
Well, that's why like these for me, like I know they're not like the healthiest thing, but like they're pretty healthy. They taste
they're
good.
great.
They taste good, and they're like it's like a healthy treat to me is the way I look at it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I was like, and it's just so funny
because
because
$4.50, $5. It's like, dude, I've spent $5 on some fucking
man, dumbass shit. It's like, let me at least enjoy this shit, bro.
Well, and it's and that's like, I've like this is what I'd like to see. Like when I drink these, I think like I would love to see this like salty do a cannabis infused one that I can get at a dispensary, bro.
Yeah.
The problem is the shelf life component. You would have to have a big following, or right.
Well, what if? Here's a weird thing. What if? And stay with me. No, I'm just kidding. Like, how like they have those yogurts, and then when you open the yogurt, there's the pack of all the stuff on top that you rip and pour in. What if it's like they have that thing, and you open the cap, and then you rip something under the cap, and then it pours in the stuff.
It's funny you say that because we've worked with a couple other beverage companies, and that's essentially what we are.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So imagine if that was like attached.
Yeah. How sick would that be?
If it was like in this giant cap, and then you would just rip something.
They do have I forget the name of it right now. They do have little 10 milliliter, caps. That screw onto water bottles, and like you're saying, you press the top in.
Yeah. See.
I wasn't a big fan of the
okay.
flavor of it. It was the
cool
idea.
use of it worked.
Yeah, because I was working for Piruana at the time, and that Piruana powder, bro, is fucking good shit.
Yeah, you always fuck with good companies, man. I do always appreciate that about people that are like I had a bunch of brands. I wear watches a lot, not like even mega nice ones. I just wear watches, and I had this company reach out to me. They were some no-name company, but they're like, "Hey, we're gonna send you a watch. I want you to talk about it on your podcast, whatever." Blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." I got all excited, and they sent me this legit the biggest piece of shit I've ever. I don't even want to put that on my wrist. You're kidding me? And I couldn't. I sent it back. I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, but I cannot lie to people and be like, hey, rock this." If one person bought that and thinks that I think that fucking thing is good, they're like, "Yo, Mike doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about." Yeah, I mean, if he thinks that this watch is good, like you lose all credibility. You know what I'm saying? Once you sell out a little bit, even just for And I feel like credibility, and you could be wrong, but if it's your opinion, you can't be wrong. But just give a genuine opinion, because I can hate a product, you could love a product, and we just use it for something different. And as long as you're giving a genuine opinion, but like, yeah.
But props to you on that, man. And like, I got a couple of videos coming in the past too. Is like, for instance, well, I've got 2 kind of review style videos I'm gonna be doing, but on these 2 in particular, I'd usually ask. I've been a little off the grind, but I'm not asking for money just for the review video for them. For future content, I will. I've asked for money in the past for reviews, but the thing with that is it's like I feel like accepting any type of money instantly, subconsciously, and consciously
Changes shit, man.
makes it a little different. I feel like not getting paid for it allows a little more like not necessarily honesty, but like flexibility to be like to the company. I don't know, like
No, I know what you mean, because like that's why you have to fuck with companies.
But you gotta get paid too, so it's kind of like even, and that's where it's like, and everybody I've worked for, when I do say something I don't like about it, they've never had an issue with it. It's like, he's keeping it real. Like it's part of the,
and it's how they get better. It's like, I mean, anything is if big companies realize that's how they get better. That's how they grow, is by people telling them shit like, hey man, I enjoy it. Like, especially if you don't like a flavor of something, like if you lie about it, they're not gonna fucking know. Then no one's gonna buy it, and then they're gonna go under, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Everyone said that our flavor was good. And then if you're actually honest with them, you're like, hey bro, honestly, like this is cool, but like the flavor's a little fucking off. And they're just like, oh, okay, we'll work on that. And then if they do actually work on it, 'cause enough people said it, they can fucking stay in the game and get better. And like, I don't know, I feel like it's when people are too nervous, they're like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings and be honest, so they lie. It's like, you're actually fucking me so much harder by lying, because you're making me go in the wrong direction longer than just telling me the truth and then helping me fix it and correct it right now, or at least giving me the option to where I can fix it and correct it. And then rather than being like, oh, okay, cool, I'm doing well, and then you just keep going, and then everyone's like, man, someone needs to tell that guy. It's like, you should have told me. Like, tell me, bro. Like,
it's once again on that line to walk of like how to approach it. But I think bottom line, if you're keeping it real, it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that, especially with the pod game. I don't know how much money I've made off the pod. Very little. More just on the True Buds TV side. But it's like, I'm trying to focus on that more, trying to get it, but I don't want to be too salesy, But I think people also respect you, trying, like, oh, he's just getting a little cash, like,
yeah, 100%.
And if you tell people too, I try to most of the time be like, yo, I'm getting something on the back end. Everything I get, I invest back.
100%. And people respect that too, because that's what I was doing when I was about to start another, like, revamp my podcast and push it and do all that. And I was thinking like paying a producer and doing this shit, and then I realized, like, instead of doing that, I'm going to use all that money I was going to pay somebody and just invest it into Third Wheel. With, like, I bought like beanies and pens and just a bunch of swag just to give away to people. Like let me fucking cover this city with Third Wheel shit for a minute and just kind of build this thing and like really hone stuff. I realized, like, a big name of the game with, like, just getting somewhere is, like, obviously, like, we're all trying to build, like what you're doing with True Buds that we were talking about, like, I'm just going to double down on this. It's like, that's what we should be doing, because the new thing is always fun. The new thing is always exciting, but, like, real shit, when it gets really hard, that's when you should be staying in the game, because it's like, I hear this quote all the time, like, don't ask for it to be easier, ask to be better. And it's like, if it was easier, everyone could do it, and then it would suck. Like, I don't want it to be easier. I want to be better so I can fucking achieve this harder thing. And it's like, I've been really fucking with that a lot more, of like, just push yourself a little bit harder than you want to push yourself mentally, and like, and hone what you're doing. Because I feel like there's, like, when you're creative, the detriment we have is sometimes we're too creative, not in a cocky way, but, like, all of us, just like anybody, and we're just you want to do this next thing because it's like, it's just fun.
Overthinking, just
yeah, man. And it's like, you're already doing it. Do it.
Just do it. Exactly.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Just do the fucking, like, work. And then, like, for me too, when I took a little break from content, I was talking on another pod about this. Is like, the longer I waited, like, 1 week, shit, I got to get a fucking video out. 2 weeks, a month, like, oh, I'll get to it. 2 months, or I don't know how long it was, but it's like, oh, I should probably really do that. Like, get back on it. Like, a little, creator burnout going on too. But it's like, you just got to keep keep doing it, dude.
It's every day, and I realize that I've been kind of getting back in that mode of like, that's why I'm not trying to start any projects. I'm just honing with third wheel, fucking with everything third wheel, and it's like,
third wheel goes hard,
dude. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying, man. We that's it.
it's unique how you got a lot of different shit going on.
Yeah.
The two primary being the podcast studio and the comedy
Yeah.
venue, or what would you?
Yeah, I guess it's a live perform. We do like music there, comedy there, but it's a venue. But yeah, we have the 2 studios. We're building another one. We're doing like we'll be doing shirt printing and stuff this year because like we buy so much merch that it's like we're just gonna buy our own machine so then we can print merch for ourselves and other people and then just develop that whole thing. But like it's just, man, like this whole like thing. But again, this thing we're building is like if I decide to start a podcast or do this other thing, it's like, well, now I'm taking away mental energy that to start a brand new thing. It's like, bro, you're already killing it in this direction. Keep killing it in that direction. Not I'm saying I'm killing it, but like people are vibing with third wheel so hard. Everyone's like loving third wheel so hard. It's like let's keep the energy there.
Double down on the fastest horse.
Yeah, yeah, dude, 100%.
Yeah,
and that's what you're doing. I mean, True Buds, bro. Like double down on the shit that we know works. Double down on the fucking stuff that we already built that people know us for. Why am I gonna try to get known for something else? It's like, bro, keep pushing.
That's so true. The creative thing, and we talked about this, I think, on another pod. Is like that's where I shoot myself in the foot, is being like that too creative element where it's like, oh, I want to do this cool video on my True Buds page. It's like, bro, people like my typical, like most viewers on your channel don't want to watch that. The metrics show that. Like, why are you making that?
Dude,
because I want to. Like, but that's important too, right?
Yeah, but it's finding that balance. 'Cause I'm with you, dude. A lot of the shit. Oh, here, I don't know if you want to hit it again.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, a lot of the shit I've been realizing it's like that. It's like, oh, I want to do this just for me. And it's fine for a while, but then it's like, I don't know, man. After you're doing shit just for you for like that for so long, and no one's really watching it, it's like, at what point are you doing it just for you and not because of the fear? Like, where's the fear? Like, I feel a lot of it is the fear of like, I don't know, like if I'm gonna do it just for me and it's not, and in my head it doesn't work, that's fine because it's just for me anyway.
It's kind of like an excuse almost.
Exactly, bro. And when you think you want to do it for other people, or I hope people enjoy this, and then some things don't get views or some things don't work, it's weird. It's hard not to let shit affect what you're doing. And like honestly, bro, I got all those stupid views recently on Instagram, dog, and like all I did was cut up these videos that were years old.
I did want to talk about that. So
okay. I don't know. Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, because you inspired me to make some shorts on my YouTube because it's so easy. You
yeah,
just do
man.
right on there because I saw you doing it on your IG, and
I do on YouTube.
You have the word overlay. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm just you excited about it, bro. Tell everybody about it.
Oh no. Yeah, I do on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I try to do all 4. I'm gonna add it. I guess Snapchat.
Is it the same video you put
same
on
video, all 4. So I found a size where I found like a sizing where it'll just, you know what I mean, it'll work across all 4 for shorts, reels, and all that stuff or whatever. And I just posted on those. But I just saw a lot of other people popping doing it that are funny. Not like I'm funny or they're funny. Just they're funny people. I'm like, all right, I think I'm a funny dude. I got these videos that are whatever. They're professional looking. They're whatever. So I just edited them. I tightened them up. I threw my fucking overlays on. I'm learning how to do it. But I realized, like, I mean, I would try to post one here and there, and then a couple would do okay, and then a couple would not. And then there's no rhyme or reason. I'd repost a video. I'd take it down. I'd repost it. I'd resize it. And you just start learning it. And then after a minute, it's just like, one popped, and then it did really well across all of them. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm getting some likes and views or whatever. But it's so funny how the numbers thing is weird. Cause I went from just like a regular follow. I only have like 40,000, which is like decent, but it's not like a crazy number. But it's like that's all just from a couple videos, and then it kind of also makes you feel kind of not bummed, but it's like, oh, okay, so not in a dick way, but when I see people with kind of big numbers, it's like, oh, you could have only had 1 or 2 videos that kind of popped, and you get this giant spike. And it's like, I kind of like the consistent climb, I feel like is better, because after that spike's gone, you're kind of in this no man's land of like, well, hopefully I can put out another spike, and you're just constantly looking for this spike.
Some pressure on you, huh?
Yeah, man. And then when you have a video that like, before you'd be stoked on a video that got 5,000 views, now you're like, that's it. And then you get bummed. So now I'm just realizing, just put it out on all 4 and don't even look at it. I literally don't even, I go on all the 4 things, I post them, I do the tags, I do with whatever, and then I just don't even look at it. And then I just try to give myself every 2 to 3 days, post another one, 2 to 3 days, post another one.
Do you put the words in the videos
Yeah.
yourself? You edit them?
Yeah.
Is there like an app you use, or do you type it out?
I type it all out. I do Final Cut Pro because I've realized if you type it all out and you find a cool rhythm, like now I got to the point where,
because that does add a little bit of like instantly looking at your shit, adds a little bit of professionalism. It looks, oh, I can.
it did take a little bit of time.
Yeah, but it adds that little extra.
Yeah. But that's the whole.
Yeah,
That's the name of the game, man.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
that little, you know.
and what is it? Time. It's a little more of my time. Like I have time. You know what I mean? I think of that too. It's like if you told anybody like, hey, but you tell 1,000 people to do it, and it's like when I listen to like Jim Rohn talk about it, he's like, I will tell everybody the answer to like whatever, and even if this is a real answer, and if I tell you to do A, B will happen, and whatever is like, you can tell everyone to go home and do this. He's like 90% of y'all aren't gonna do it. Like you're gonna go and you'll make excuses for something to do it. So I'm trying not to do that. Like when people are telling me like, hey bro, do this, and my friends are like, hey man, put out these videos, clip them up, put words over them, and stop like making it. And I just realized being consistent doing it, it fucking worked. Like legit, bro. It just it's and then when my friend told me about it, like Nolan, like other third wheel dude, he's the one that inspired me like hard to like, put. He's
Is
like,
he
bro,
doing it too?
yeah, he just started, but yeah, he just started doing it because he's like, you got your special, put it out. But it's like he saw his buddies both pop that way, and it's just like, oh yeah, I started getting that, and it is kind of this thing of like, I think a lot of our problem is that not a fear of success, but it's like we're so used to failing and we're so comfortable with failing, and there's something kind of romantic about failing at this thing that we're trying to achieve, that when you actually start achieving the thing, it's pretty fucking scary, bro, in a way, because now people expect shit of you. Now they look at you a little differently. Even with third wheel, it's like I want to keep pushing hard and do shit, but like I get nervous. I'm like, I don't want to do anything and make like the company look bad. I don't want people to like get like, now like it just ties into like I don't want to make a decision that fucks the company over. And before it was just this fun thing. So it, like success does make shit a lot more real. Like, and I do feel like sometimes it is easier just to be like, oh man, I never made it. And then it kind of have this deep down moment, but it's like, oh yeah, because it's easier to not make it, obviously. But it's like
in the short term.
In the short term, yeah.
Kill a motherfucker.
Oh, bro, I'm so glad you said that, because that's the main reason I push though. Is like, but when you get older and you're just like, man, I should have fucking pushed. And like what we're doing now, man, like we're so fucking lucky that we even have people that give a fuck about what we're saying, that we talk to. Like I love connecting with people. Like, dude, most of the people that follow me are all Hispanic and Latino and shit now, and they're all like, because of my jokes and shit about growing up in the household. And I love it, bro. After shows, talking to people.
Burrito joke. I watched that. Well, I watched your whole special. It's dope as fuck.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate it.
And then I recently watched that clip again.
Yeah.
With the burrito one.
Yeah.
Where you're like, y'all that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. I don't want
to. No, I feel
that shit was funny, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
But it's cool because that is the whole thing. Like, even when you're doing this with, like, you find your market, you connect with cannabis people, you connect with people in that community, and people dig that shit, man, when you really hone in on something. And mine's just, the growing up Spanish shit, really, that to me was the game changer, was those jokes.
Bro, have you been to La Cita?
No.
It's a club like 5 minutes from here.
Word, really?
Like a Latino club, bro.
Yeah.
The place turns up, but it could be something. But I want to, like, the third wheel idea. I still want to do a collab with you. I still want to do some, in general, like, because I want to know a little more. I know I see some posts. The thing is, I haven't been on Instagram the past like 2 months, so I'm a little out the loop.
Yeah.
But like, you guys have different, like, what's your like favorite night that you guys do certain stuff, or you have set different days of the week for open mic for like so more headliners on certain nights? Or?
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we have 4 open mics. We have a 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., a 10 p.m. and a midnight. They're all different, all run by different people, really fun. They all have like for like one of them will be like a leg room, which is it's 10 minutes, but you pick your name out of a bucket. It's random, but you get to do 10 minutes. It's hard as fuck to do that, like long sets like that. An open mic usually they're 3 to 5 minutes. There's like riff raff, which is like Wednesday nights, which is like no material. You just got to riff the whole set.
I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, that's a fun one, bro. Riff raff is really fun.
Okay, cool.
And then we have like so those are the mics. And then Friday, starting in February, we're doing just a house show. Third Wheel Presents. It'll be Kill List from 6 to 8. As people that just did great during the open mics during the week will be on that. Third Wheel show. We rent it out for people on Saturday. Then Sundays always is music. Every night at midnight is comedy. So we've been
Every night?
Every night at midnight is comedy. Yeah.
Shit.
So even on the weekend, yeah. So we do shit basically from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. every night.
Fuck.
Yeah, Third Wheel's been started. That's what I'm saying, man. It's
Yeah,
just
you guys been
trying to
going,
focus,
hey,
bro.
Are you there? How many days a week are you there if you're not traveling? Like, will you be
I'm
there?
there. I'm there. I'm there almost every day. But even just to check in, kick it. We have such a cool staff, and everyone just works so hard. I just want to like be around. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I love being around the shit. I want to see what people need, ask people, because that's where shit's like, hey, this is broken or this needs to do whatever. I'll sweep the sidewalk, just do the little things that I don't really expect everyone else to be doing, but like just to keep it whatever, like keep it like feeling like we're constantly doing shit. We're like we just built a bigger bar in the back. Like if you go there every month, I get excited to show people because like comics will keep saying like, bro, every time I come in here, this shit looks different, and it just feels so cool. And it's not even just me, bro. I don't even do most of it. It's like Michael D'Angelo, Avery Ross, Nolan Culver, Dex Carvey, fucking Peter Murphy, James Demon, Kyle Gridley. Like the team is fucking fire, bro. It is so good. I like Billy Myers. He's the one that does the other shit. Like Danny Clausen does the music. But it's like when you have a team of killers, it just feels like, oh, bro.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm so stupid fortunate. And meeting dudes like you and just getting to like kick it with people that are creative and like that are doing shit that I know is going to pop at some point. Because not like we're doing it for the pop, but at some point, you know, like we're saying, like we're going to do this for the love of the game no matter what. But it would be nice to fucking be able to pay our bills because we're doing this shit for the love of the game. You know what I mean? Because we're going to do it regardless. But goddamn, you want to buy me a sandwich or two? That would be great.
Real shit, dude. Yeah, that's like my brother has helped me out with that a lot of like just like thinking of ways to monetize more and like get, you know, like sell more or, you know, just make more money doing the creative shit because it's so easy to put it to the side.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Because no one's going to push it.
Yeah,
it needs to be you. Who's going to be like, hey, bro, pick up your guitar, or hey, man, start editing your video. You know what I mean? No one's going to do that shit.
I'm listening to this book right now. I've listened to a lot of shit. Stephen Pressfield.
Okay.
He's done a lot of good books. The Art of War is my favorite he's done. But I'm listening to Put Your Ass Where Your Heart Wants to Be right now.
I just love that title already.
And the whole underlying thing is if you want to do something, put your fucking ass there and do it, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, even if you want to be a writer, you have a full-time job and a family, 30 minutes a day, you can write a book in a year.
Bro, I that's what I'm saying. It's that excuse thing. I feel like a lot of people have that fear, and it's like, I'm telling you, it's like, I love the thing you said about regret, bro, because it's so true. Like, get over your fear, because the regret is so much worse, man. Like, I already regret, like, just dumb shit, like growing up, like, oh, I wish I did these sports more. I wish I wasn't so anti certain things because like I was trying to be cool or I was trying to get my parents pissed. It's like, man, you should have played Little League longer, or you should have played organized basketball, but I just didn't want to because my parents wanted me to, and I was like, fuck that. You know, it was one of those. Yeah. And it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, I don't want to do, and I want to like grow up for those moments and like not regret every decade that goes by. Like with my bands, I regretted like just quitting and then just stop, like whatever. But I started doing stand up. But I'm almost 10 years in now, but it's like, all right, bro, at some point, you got to stick with something. You can't just keep next decade do this, next decade do that. It's like master of none kind of thing, bro. Like, I want to fucking hone some shit and build some shit and like, and just, but a lot of it too is from that. It's, someone said, don't tell me about what you achieved. Tell me about what you overcame to get that achievement. Like on the way to getting that achievement. Like how did you become better in order to get that thing? And like, I have a homie. My buddy's Bob Marshall bought me this fucking Knicks fucking hoodie shit.
That thing's sick, dude.
Bro, it says you can't teach heart like on the sleeve. I fucking love this. Just when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's so fucking cool. I know what it means. Like, it's just that to me or whatever. It's just like that idea of like, if you want this shit so bad, like, it's like, why not me? I think of that all the time. Like, like if you feel it, really, really feel it, that's what you need. That's all you need is that fucking fire, and then just push that shit, dude. And I run on spite a lot, which probably isn't healthy. But whenever I go to quit, I just think like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that think that you would quit right now, and it's like, oh yeah, fuck them, I'm not gonna, and I just keep going. And I think about other clubs, and I think about other people doing shit, other comics, and it's like not even against them, but it's like I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I don't want to like give up on anything, you know? Like that's
and it's like I forget where I initially heard it. But I love this, and it goes with what you're saying is like you've been building your comedy bridge for 10 years.
Yeah.
you've done however many steps in building it, you could have one more fucking piece to build across the gap.
Yes.
And then if you quit, you would never know.
Bro, for
But
real,
like,
man.
I love that visual because it's like you could literally.
I know. You
be
could have
there.
been
You
right
could have
there.
100 more steps, but
But you could have been there. You would never know, bro. For real, dude. So when we were playing golf today, and we were actually talking about the same thing, because at the end of the game, and I'm terrible under pressure.
I need to roll out there
Dude,
sometime with you, bro.
yeah.
I've never really golfed before, so.
Homie, it's so fun. Well, whatever. We're all not that great, but it's just we all played together, and it was like somebody was winning and we're losing. We're going around, and I end up like finally winning. I haven't won in so long. I just been like just having bad game after bad game, and finally I just did well under pressure, and then just like had that moment of just that win, that little feeling of like, oh, I can do something. It like changed my mode of stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, like just giving yourself these little goals and achieving them is just so big. And I feel like in life, a lot of times we don't do like when you said like even the reward, like wait to smoke weed until noon. Like I love that. 'Cause it's like, I feel it. That's a reward, bro. Like and I'm you know what's funny, dude? I'm going to do that tomorrow. And that's brutal for me.
Shit.
You know, I'm gonna be.
You like, what this motherfucker? Well,
I'm gonna stay in bed. I'm not even gonna leave. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stay in bed till I'm like, what time is it? 11:50? Because I ain't getting out of bed.
Let me throw you some of this Kush.
Oh, good shit,
my
dog.
boy Johnny, he came on the pod. It hasn't dropped yet. But,
Fuck yeah.
He works for his company Umo. So
Fuck yeah,
roll
dude.
that up at noon, buddy.
Hell yeah, bro. So yeah, but I love that shit, bro. This is cool, man. I love that you're doing this shit, dude. True Buds is the jam, bro. I love that we were fucking.
Well, and like, sorry, I fucking interrupted when you give me
No.
a compliment, bro.
Yeah, you're good.
You know, like with kind of putting stuff in the air, like we're saying, like getting after it. Like,
Yeah.
There's been, these like, big celebrity guests that I'd love to have on the show. I never reached out to them. I'm like, it's a small show. Why would they want to come on? It's like, who knows? Fucking shoot your shot, motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. Shoot your
like,
shot.
So I'm about to be like hitting everybody up. And worst case, just give them props. Like that's, and but that goes also back to like the review and product shit is like my favorite companies I've worked with, I've hit up. And just always hunting is like always hunting for
and
those
people respect the hustle,
and
man.
And when you're hunting, shit fills in your pipeline, and it's so much easier just to say no.
And it might not happen right now, but they'll remember. Like, I mean, like I think of that a lot. Like the people that are saying no to you now in 5 years, and they see you still grinding, they're gonna be like, "Motherfucker, you still doing that shit? I got you." You know what I mean? And it's true, man. Like people really. The longer I've been really just trying to do the business thing, trying to do the entrepreneur bullshit, just trying to like maximize my whatever. I've been really noticing other people that are doing it. Like either like my friend, like my buddy was telling me like his friend, like Nolan's buddy opened a pizza place and just him and his friend. And it's like, it's doing really well right now. And like, it's like, dude, that's so like everything that we look at was created by people with an idea. The apartment building, a fucking movie theater. It was just somebody that was like, I want like, and so why couldn't we do that? Like, why couldn't I have an idea and then create this thing? Like, and then when you do it with like a podcast studio or a venue, I feel like I'm fucking unstoppable. And to me, it's until I get stopped, I'm going to keep building shit and pushing shit and trying to create shit. Cause like, man, why else are we like, we're here to do big shit. Like, at least to me, it is like, I'm not just trying to just be a passenger in this life. I want to be a fucking big participant, Yeah.
Real talk, dude. That's why this next year, dude, I'm feeling some big shit too. And I had like a weird shrew moment again when I was like, my favorite numbers, like when I was playing football and sports, were always 20 and 32.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, I was feeling good vibes for 2023, and then I wrote that on a plate. Then I started doing some like crosses and like different like bullseye shit when I was like some like weird art thing, but like it all intersected.
Yeah.
The numbers and the time, 2023 to my favorite numbers and the cross directions it was. I'm like,
funny.
Like, that's my fucking year, bro. This shit's gonna be fucking sick.
I'm so with you about 2023, dude, because I remember when I was a kid. So when I quit playing music, or when I started doing stand-up, it was 2011. I remember like a couple years in, you always think, especially in the beginning of anything, you always think 2 years in you're gonna make it. You're gonna you're so.
You like try not to tell yourself that.
Yeah, but deep down you feel like, I'm gonna pop pretty quick. And it was 2013. I always liked that, like that. I feel just so funny because I would just vibe with the number 13, like, and the years of just whatever. I was like, all right, 13 and 7, whatever. And then 23 is like one of my sports favorite numbers. And then I just like when I remember being like, man, 2013 was supposed to be the year, and it wasn't. And then I was like, but I was never sure about the 13, but I was sure about the 3. You know, so that weird thing. It's really dumb. But then it's like, yeah, 2023, why wouldn't it kick ass? 2020 was terrible. 2021, I don't even fucking, it was such a weird, I don't even remember it at all, honestly. Like 2021 was basically 2020. I think 2022 is the first year where we're trying to get back to normal. And I think next year is going to be the first, like, all right, guys, we've already had, like, let's start 1 year from now of being back and kicking ass. And, like, because so many things went under, so many things changed.
It's crazy that's like that mentality too, with like how crazy the economy is right now and shit,
Dude,
too.
yeah.
But like, if we just keep getting it, like you're saying, it doesn't really matter. Like if like, I feel like you're the same as me in that regard. It's like, what's worrying about it gonna do? I'm gonna go do a podcast instead, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to try to change my little bubble, enjoy my life. I'm just going to win the day. As dumb as that is, I'm going to try to win the day. And then if I won today, before I go to bed, when I make out my list for tomorrow, I'm like, did I win today? W, boom. And then when I wake up the next day, you see that W from yesterday, you're like, I'm going to win today again. And you just fucking win the day.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if it's simple shit, like, if you're going to be with your friends, be with your friends, be present. Like, when I went golfing today, it's like, enjoy golfing. Stop being like rushed. Stop it. Like, it's like,
That's important.
Really be
That's
where you
important.
are,
Yeah,
man. You know what I mean?
That's some real shit, because it's so easy. Like, I was like out to eat last week or the week before, and I was like, oh, then I started thinking about like what I was gonna do next. I'm eating this bomb ass meal. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, right.
Enjoy this bite of food, bro.
Right. Isn't that funny? And we're always in the next thing, and it's just like, what am I ever gonna be in this thing? When you start realizing, like, oh yeah, sit in this thing. It's
That's why
fucking,
podcasts are beautiful, right?
yeah. But you know, do you ever find yourself like, it's hard? It's a skill, because it's hard to not wander with your brain and stay connected and motivated and like to be in this thing, because like your brain is just so used to just. Because you'll say something, and then when I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, then I start like, and then blah blah, and then I'm like, oh, you're still talking, go back, yeah. And it's like, no, don't let that idea go, let that connection that we like. He just said something, and like it's because like we're so used to just being, especially with our phones and everything. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like anti. I love having a phone. Our phones that are dope. I don't give a fuck. Like, my phone's teaching me a different language. I can watch sports on. Like, I don't care. People are like, you're addicted to your phone. It's like, we should be. They're the dopest fucking things that we own.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to have it either.
Yeah.
And I like what you said earlier about when you're on mushrooms, it's weird to look at the phone.
Yeah.
And then I was talking about how this was like my TV screen. It's like, and that's why I love mushrooms and like stuff like that, where it's like, I believe it does show like more of our natural nature sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Cannabis as well. So it's like, where it's like you're not meant.
Yeah, we're not meant to be looking at this thing, because it is too gnarly, bro. It's like when you go to Vegas and you look at all those slot machines, you're just like, oh my god, our phone is basically that in our hand of just like this. Oh my, like this. It's like you can't. It's so hard. Like, oh my, dude, when my screen time, I hate that it tells you your screen time, how much you're looking at your phone, and I always try to do the whole like, well, I run a business, so obviously I'm gonna be on my phone a lot, and it's just like, do you run your business 75% on Instagram, dog? Like, you know what I mean? Like, be real, Mike. Be real. And that's the thing I've been trying to do more is like, just be real with yourself, because you can lie to other people, but it doesn't fucking matter. No one gives a shit.
You know what I'd fucking miss the most? My biggest app I'd miss the most, bro.
What?
Is Maps.
Maps.
For real. I could go with just an old school landline.
Yeah.
But like getting around, I use Maps every day.
I know what you mean.
Or like a lot, because I'm going to so many new places and shit. I'm like, dude. But at the same time, I would get used to using an old school map, just chart my fucking route.
Yeah.
But it's so, especially in LA, dude, these fucking off ramps,
bro.
Shit, I'd be losing time.
Yeah. No, I do think about that, like how the fuck, like I would like, because I mean, you just basically don't explore. You just go the way you. Once you find the way you go that way. And if there's ever a detour, you're like, motherfuck. Because like, yeah, I'm with you, man. Maps is a deep one, but like, there's a lot of like, but I just like I don't know, man. The information on our phone is so it's kind of. It's funny where it's like when we were trying to think of someone's name, and we're like, don't look at your phone. Let's really try to do this. And then after a while, we're like, fuck it, look at your phone. I'm like, that's so fucking. I don't know, man. I'm very pro technology. It is scary as fuck. And like with people are like, well, we're getting dumber because everything. It's like, I don't know, man. Like if you don't need to be. Like if you go on TikTok, like you don't need to be using your phone for dumb shit. You could be learning shit.
Fucking listen to an audiobook while reading some educational shit.
Bro, for real, I'm not kidding. Like I'm trying to learn Italian right now, and I'm not I'm doing great, but like already what I've already learned is like good. It's like fucking like good enough to where I'm like, I didn't know any of this a month ago. at all. And now I'm just sitting there, instead of just watching a mindless video, I'm gonna try to start like doing some kind of learning shit, or like it's like a video on history, a video on something. Like you don't get mad at your phone because you do bad things with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like your phone could literally just be amazing, like educational, awesome shit all day, and instead we use it to fucking jerk off and fucking watch fucking fail videos. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's like we blame the wrong thing. I don't know, but
Yeah, it makes me want to go harder on my phone talking about this, honestly. Like just like different apps, like.
Bro, I saw someone editing a video the other day, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you don't realize, like, oh yeah, all these apps now, like all the things that like just transitions and these cool things, they just build them into these apps. So you can make the coolest fucking video just by dropping in a couple of your clips. They'll add music to like whatever with just these apps, and it's like, why wouldn't I try to use that? Like my buddy Michael Evans was like, he's like so on top of that, and he'll put out these videos that are incredible, and he does them on his phone, and you're
That's
like,
what I'm like, and I'm like you too. Like back to going your way, you found your route. Like I use Adobe for the podcast because this can handle the storage, but like I still use Final Cut 10, and it's like.
Me too, but once you it's hard to. Cause I tried to learn LumaFusion. I don't know. Once you try to learn a new thing, it's rough. But the apps, it's just like. But again, staying current is what is going to keep you relevant.
Yeah, they're on trend. Like
Yep.
even the littlest subtle flip or twist.
It's trend. Yeah,
it's like you've seen so many of those videos, so it's like planted in your head. Oh, that's on.
Bro, 100%. You start noticing the fonts.
You see something maybe a short that I put out. It's like, did you cut that on Final Cut Pro in 2010?
Bro, no, I know what you mean, man. Like sometimes I'm just like, what? Like, why can't I get a cool transition? Like,
well, I was actually looking at that yesterday, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I was gonna buy some, but I was like looking at them, and I'm like, I don't know. Then I looked at the ones I already had installed in Final Cut. I need to go on here because I need to get better with Premiere. I'm fucking paying. They make you pay for it monthly anyway.
Yeah.
I've had fun. Dude, this 2015 MacBook's a fucking beast, bro. I still edit on this bitch all the time.
Yeah.
This is cool for this pods and stuff, but it's but the transitions though, because that's what I'm looking at lately is these cool videos, and the ones I like a lot of like the product videos when they'll do the cool flips.
Yeah,
it could be a camera motion, and a lot of these commercials are like quality, but I think a lot is just the app.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. A lot of them are just the apps that make this what you just plug in look so dope.
Yeah, I need to do this is motivation because I was literally last night looking at.
Bro, I have it written on my phone. Download a video editing app on your phone because I saw someone fucking with it, and I was like laughing, being like, why? Because then it's like, why wouldn't I? Because the apps are probably, they stay more current than these programs do. You know what I mean? Like, look, when was the last time Final Cut Pro got any kind of cool upgrade? I mean, they probably have these like things we have to keep that like installing and downloading. Like this app will just do it itself, and then you just I don't know.
I feel like they should. Yeah, it's weird. The whole Apple thing with it's weird too. It's like, how much energy are they even putting on that?
Yeah.
Like everything else they do is so dope. It's like, do they even care?
Dude, for real. Do they even give a fuck about this market?
Like, I think they're just like, oh, we have skin in the game.
Yeah, because you're gonna use our stuff to edit the videos anyway.
But they could really up their fucking.
Yeah,
because everybody
random
likes it anyway. Most people probably have a MacBook. Most people have a fucking iPhone. Like,
yeah.
But I was just we can keep talking here, but I was just gonna pull up this quick little 30-second clip, and I'll run it over in the video version of this podcast. But like, I just want to show you the video that I was looking for these transitions for, because I'm like, dude, the ones I have installed in here are pretty whack.
Right? Aren't they like when you said like, what did you install,
like,
dude? Right? Right? That's what I'm like. What are you guys doing to me, man? Like, trying to make me look, and that's what it's that I do feel like that with a lot of companies, bro. And that's what like. Not like not to like harp on third wheel. I hope I don't sound douchey about it, but like that's one thing we're trying to do is like just stay trying to like listen to the pulse of shit. Like don't be a stickler. Like a lot of companies are like they're not willing to like keep being like what is everyone into right now, and like can we add to that? Can we make it cooler rather than being like, nope, this is what we do and that's it? Because like fuck, bro. Like now it feels like every 2 years is a different. Like it went from, bro, I remember if you were filmed a vertical video 5 years ago, you were the dumbest piece of shit. Bro, if you were walking around filming people were like, Dad, you fucking dumbass. It's all horizontal, bro. Are you kidding me, filming a vertical? And nowadays, bro, if you film a horizontal video, people are like, what are you doing with that? You got to crop zoom that motherfucker.
It throws people off when I give them my cell phone, and I'm like, because I do a lot of YouTube shit. I'm like, can you do it horizontal? Like, Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird for them to be like, and it's like, yeah, dude, I want to fill up my screen, my fucking. It's just, yeah, dude. It's a different. It just changes. That and give another 5 years, we're gonna go back to horizontal and be like, you dumbasses, we're going vertical for a minute. You freaking idiots. Like, it's just it keeps changing, man.
I think the horizontal they'll both live on because of the cell phone, but horizontal is always gonna live on.
Yeah,
because of movies.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's just funny because now I don't know why watching a video straight up and down. I think it's because you can get everyone likes the crazy zoom, and you can zoom into a face more up and down, and like their body shot than this way.
Yeah, and it's on the phone it does.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's like a simple ass video.
Oh, you're good.
But this is what I don't have any I was just trying to get transitions.
Oh, I love those freezer pipe things.
Wait, have you smoked one before?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, only once.
Dude,
back in the day. You the top like unscrews,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you can put it in the. Yeah, it's glass on glass. The giant.
Yeah, use my code, dude.
What's your code?
True Buds TV.
True Buds TV.
But it's pretty simple. But I'm actually doing this like a little plug to throw in their videos because it's my favorite bong. But just like cool transition here, like you see the cuts, but like.
I know what you mean though. If it was like whoop, whoop, like these fucking new.
And I just did one here, like old school.
Yeah.
Which is like a rip, but like it's nothing crazy. But
I know what you mean. That wasn't bad, but I know what you mean
a couple
though. It's
simple transitions.
Yeah, dog.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, for sure. I know, and like it's so simple for them just to create it, and like we can drop it in now. But yeah, it's just up to us to stay pushing the creative shit and stay. Like when I see you can look so out of touch so much easier now than I feel like ever before. With language and with fucking just being like putting stuff out, it's like in 3 years stuff goes from cool to not cool, or it's just like I mean everything now is like these color scheme, that glow thing of like it's all like blue. It's just for some reason it's like blue and pink together. And this like Miami Vice look like that Miami look was like it for a while, and then it changed and then like before that it was like some other. You just notice like all the like I go on Canva and they'll be like, here are all these stock images and like, oh, all of them have this feel now. Oh, I guess we're doing this now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I guess and you start noticing every billboard kind of starts using the same feel.
I noticed a lot in cannabis packaging.
Ooh, I bet.
Oh, they're doing this. Oh, it's selling well. Let's move to a more matte finish. Let's move to a black jar, frosted.
Yeah.
Let's change the style of our.
Which is crazy. That just proves how much marketing really works. Because legit, bro, like they would not put that much time and effort into it if it didn't.
Well, it's
it's
the separator a lot of times.
Yeah.
And honestly, in the cannabis industry,
I mean, for real, look at those things look incredible, bro. When you handed me that jar, I was blown. Like that is the cool. Like that's something that I would be proud to give somebody, and a homie'd be like, "What the fuck is Mike fucking with, bro? Like this dude's killing it." Like, you know what I mean? And it's not just a fucking like a sandwich baggie. You know what I'm saying? Like it. So I'm with you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I appreciate that, man. And we do get a lot of compliments on the design and everything.
Fuck yeah.
And Darren Wow, I think is his Instagram or something, but he does a lot of cool art, the guy who did it. But
Very
our creative
cool.
director Henry's a G and does super dope shit too. But like seeing how packaging's changing, the whole childproof thing's like interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
But just I was talking with a buyer today actually about cannabis and marketing, and we were talking about a couple brands. I'm not going to throw them out now because it was kind of a talking confidence. But but basically he was saying that he's like, dude, we started talking about marketing and cannabis, and he's like, we started talking about some of these other brands, and we're like, we were both in agreement that their product's nothing special. It's actually worse than the majority of the product in the market. But the marketing's there. It goes with like anything you think about, like most of the food. Like, why were we eating like, microwave Hungry Man meals?
I know, bro. I know what you mean. It's that's what just proves like it and like listen to Mark. Like whenever I talk to people, I just rip off what other people do because obviously. Like it's like when you go, if you want to fucking ever stage your room, go to IKEA, take a picture, and just do what they did. That's a professional person that went to school for that, put that room together, and it's just like just kind of copy what they do, change it a little bit. Same thing with like a billboard. If you're gonna make a flyer for a show, just look at a flyer for something that's real, because that someone literally is paid to do that, and they're gonna do it the best way possible, and just fucking steal what they're doing, and just put your own info on it. Because like at the end of the day, we're just trying to get it seen too. And I noticed that it's like don't try to be creative creative with marketing, shit works. Like they know what they're doing, and like that's why like I noticed like a lot of grocery stores at like John's, like they rebranded completely, and now they have like this green leaf that's super clean. They have like they're all white and green now. They used to be orange and red, but orange and red for grocery store, you think of like it doesn't feel as nice as white and green.
It's got like a Whole Foods feel,
dude. 100%, man. And it's like it's on the same shit on the inside.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're right, dude. But when you see people like there's certain brands that like they're still selling you like whatever, but their marketing and is so good, people you get tricked because we don't fucking know, man.
Because we saw it, yeah. I guess it's just eyeballs on. Like we actually saw that, we didn't see these other ones.
Yes, exactly.
It's just that you know that public proof or what there's the other term for it.
Yeah.
You just like just the notoriety really of like, oh shit, this product's popular, people must love it. Let's get
dude,
it.
100%.
Buy in, and it's like, you know, and it's cool to think about that too for us when we're building our brands. And there's another cool book I'm listening to right now called, I think it's 100 Million Offer by Alex Hermosi. I don't know if you've ever watched his videos.
No.
He's basically buys businesses, builds them to a certain point, and sells them. He has like acquisition site.
Fucking dope.
But this book, I'm like barely into it. But the whole underlying principle so far is creating the best offer, which sounds common sense, but that's you know an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
Actually creating, if you create really like the best offer, what I've barely getting into it once again is you can upload a lot of like the pricing up front. So he creates the best offer, and instead of doing like, oh, I'm doing monthly payments. One of the examples, instead of making like $5,000 a month, I'll get $100,000 up front on this product, or stuff like that. Like I'm barely tapping this. It's some like pretty high level shit he's talking about.
Man, that's so badass.
It's like, and exactly for like what you guys are doing too, and you guys have done a cool job with that, like packages and creating your guys' whole like ecosystem. But like, there's so much to with that. Like, what is for like what's the perfect. And it's for every demographic too, he's pointing out.
Yep.
You can have the same product. What's the perfect third wheel package for a comedian? What's the perfect third wheel package for an actor? Or,
Or just someone off the street that wants to do a new pot. Yeah.
And he was saying you can charge, you could charge the same rate would be like the thing to do sometimes, but he was saying what you can do is if it's that honed in, you could charge so much more. So you could literally have the same product, but he was using an example of like a sales training program for somebody that sells hardware and power tools. So they read that and like, oh, that's for me. I sell hardware and power tools. I'll pay $1,000 for that. Whereas if it said, oh, it was a time management course, or if it was a time management course for, you probably wouldn't buy it, but it's so honed in.
No, it's true, bro. It's like, and that's why it's just, and they just take their time, just thinking about what people, it's like, again, even with creativity, which is so hard because it's like, well, should I think about what people want or should I think about what I want? Because I'm the one trying to be creative. But it's like, but I do want to connect with people. So it's that fine line of like, am I doing this for me or am I doing it for them? But I kind of am doing it for them. But if I do it for them and they enjoy it, then that's for me. You know what I mean? So it's weird. Like, it's like this.
It's a little give and take.
Kinda,
Because, that's the hard, and then, I don't know. For me, I think part of it was just wanting to be, like, that's why I just need to do the shit that I know works, like we're saying. Like, just do it, bro.
Yeah, Nike, they nailed it.
Like, I've already done like 15 rolling videos, but people still like them. Like,
bro, 100%. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. My buddy told me the video I had that does well. He's like, every like 6 months, repost it, dog. You'll still get a ton of views on it. It's a good video. He's like, I do that with all mine that went viral. I repost them every 6 months. Who gives a shit? People will see him again and be like, no one's going to see it again and be like, motherfucker. They're going to be like, oh, cool. I saw this, I think. And then watch it again. And they might even share it again because they'll be like, oh, yeah, that was really funny. Or that was really cool. You know what I mean? So like, why wouldn't we reshare it again? Have you ever watched a video you've seen before? Yeah, 1,000 times, and you never get mad about it.
I've never really experimented with that.
Yeah, dude, repost all the video.
What I should experiment with is the ones that got I don't want to upload a video that got deleted again. Just title it differently.
Well, yeah. I mean, I retitle and re-thumbnail a ton of my shit.
The thumbnail game is the fucking.
It's wild,
honestly,
bro.
I like, especially I think it's from doing the work and making video, having the complete video file. There's something fun to me about making the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna find a cool, dope thing, and then I'll do a whole one. Sometimes I'm like, there's way too much movement here. Simplify
I know what you
this
mean.
shit.
Yeah. But you're right though, because yours will pop off the screen. Because I think of that a lot when I like close my eyes. I pull up like the blank of YouTube with all the thumbnails, and I open them. I'm like, what are the first 3 that pop off the screen to you? And I look at them, and I'm like, why? And I start really. That's the same thing. Like I like dissect what I like about it. I'm like, just do that then. Because like if you like that and that's popping, you kind of like figure. They usually look pretty similar, and they usually it's the colors that they use. They're very simple. You don't want it to be too busy, but like you notice like, oh, that really popped. And I like that. Like let's fuck with that look, you know.
Yeah, and that's where I've been. I'm gonna leave my style the same because I like the thumbnail, like kind of like a lot of people do for like podcasts, just like putting a number there, like I do with my logo.
That's so great.
But I was like thinking like almost if I like. And even titling, because I haven't like I didn't really do like on TrueBuds TV. I did like when I first started too a lot more like SEO and keyword research, and I still do when I'm putting out videos. But on the TrueBuds show side, I didn't really do as much because I'm like, I'm just putting out podcasts. Like, I'm not going to like dive in for the keywords. For the clips, I will on the other channel. But it's like, maybe I should have. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe I can like make catchier titles instead of like.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes it's just a guest name though too. Like, but that's where I might start. I've been playing with that too. Like, putting stuff in front of it, like different cannabis tags or something else, or like.
I noticed also restart the video with the pop of the video, and then so like
the best part, like
the best part in the
that.
first couple seconds,
that.
and then you just play the whole video. It's just like learning what other people do.
And it's just that once again, the little extra step, bro.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about doing that. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I already did this. I'm just gonna throw it real quick. But I'm already cutting clips.
Well, I do now for my thumbnail. I upload the very, very first frame of my videos is the thumbnail, because most of the time you can just take it from your video, or they just set it as the first frame. So in half the stuff I post, it just goes up as the thumbnail. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like a step, but it's like, I don't know, bro. It changes every fucking couple months, and it's all not gonna matter soon. It's like, are we enjoying this? Like, because again, like that's why I try not to live on social media. I enjoy it, so it's like it's fun to fuck around, talk to people like that I don't talk to a lot. But at the same time, it's like, just as long as you're enjoying what we're doing, who gives a fuck?
And it makes me happy personally knowing something new is going to come, because for real, I haven't taken advantage of any new platform fully.
Yeah.
Like I was late to YouTube. I don't really go on Instagram. I've basically been late to everything. I was there when TikTok was fresh. I just didn't do it.
I know what you mean.
So it's like I'm ready for something new to pop. Like,
yeah, bro. That's the thing too. I'm with you, man. The second something comes out, just start fucking. And that's the other thing I've been realizing is save all the videos that you tag, that you caption or whatever. Put them in a folder, so whenever the next thing comes out, you re-upload all your old shit to that now. You know what I mean? And then it just gives you a little bit more of like this content to be putting up. As you're putting up new shit, you put up old shit. You just, like, I don't know. Just
did we talk about Odyssey before?
No.
So it's a platform that's like kind of based on kind of like you get crypto per view and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So you kind of earn crypto. You get it. I barely have any, but it's right now synced up to YouTube. I don't know how they're doing it, but every video I upload to YouTube gets up on that site. So I'm building a couple views there and stuff, earning a little bit of crypto, but worth checking out because literally I'd never go on.
Yeah.
Which is probably bad. It's like that's probably why the site isn't more popping.
Yeah.
But they've been making upgrades and shit.
No, that's cool.
There's another one too that more people are on, like Rumble or some shit. But
yeah, we'll know it'll happen. Like it'll be in like the second everyone starts doing it, just in the you will hear about it, because like TikTok was.
YouTube's coming with these shorts though.
Yeah.
Then that's why they're pushing them so much, because like, and like you said, the rhyme and reason thing, because like the first one I put up or second, I was like literally instantly, I was like three on my.
And YouTube numbers are what matter,
on my
bro.
Show channel, I was like, which I have like 500 subs.
Yeah.
And I put up a short, and literally in minutes I get 320 views. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was like, okay, let me see if I could do another one real quick. The next one got like 30 or a couple.
That's what happens to me.
It's
I get
weird.
thousands, and I get 100,
like,
and I get thousands, and I get 20, and I get
I need to get better with the. Because dude,
just consistently.
I've been finding myself watching more shorts on YouTube. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. They pop up, people watch them. Good title on it, fun thumbnail, and it's just being consistent. I think they also throw you a bone sometimes. I think that if you use because it's not, to me at least, I could be completely wrong with this, but I feel like Instagram's harder to get numbers on than TikTok, but I put up the exact same shit the exact same way on both of them. But I'm never, ever, ever, ever scrolling TikTok. I scroll Instagram every day. I like people's stuff every day. Instagram's like, it's Instagram and YouTube are my life, really, when it comes to social media. So, and I noticed even on Facebook and on TikTok, I don't get the numbers. I don't really get the love on YouTube, but on Instagram, I do a lot. And I think it really is because there kind of might be like, oh, this guy's active on this. So
there's got to be something.
Right?
There,
maybe it's like,
I would agree. Yeah,
because like if you're not on it a lot, maybe they'll pop a couple of your videos, but then if you're still not on, it's like, well, fuck it, he still doesn't care.
Yeah, there's probably certain thresholds. Like,
yeah,
oh, this guy's on X amount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's only logged into this team for like 5 minutes. Like legit, I might be on TikTok for like the minute and a half it takes me to upload the video, and that's it. But then Instagram is just like unhealthy amount, and I'm like, oh, that might be why. Like, so who knows? But it could just be a coincidence. But it's like I don't think so.
Social media.
It's all like all that shit. Just
keep grinding. But I was like thinking with your venue, you mentioned something a little while ago that's kind of been brewing in the back of my head, or it just popped up again. Was the bar? You said you built a bigger bar.
Yeah.
So when do you have an open bar when you do your events every night, or like?
Well, no, we do. I mean, a bar as in just like we have concessions. Okay. We like built out like a tabletop and shit, and stuff like that.
If you do, it is.
We have like donation drinks for like if we have like events, we'll
that's
we'll
the
just
loophole, right?
Yeah, but we'll also just give it to people. Like we don't charge. So like because like half the time it's like I'd rather just buy a bottle, and then when like some nights like, hey, we have alcohol, you guys can just have it for free. If you want to tip us, you can. And then most of the time we just make money on renting the venue out, people buying snacks, honestly, and like it like I don't know, we sell like a ton of candy, which is so weird. I did not think that was gonna be a thing.
Old school hustle,
bro, for real, man. It really is. Like at the end of the night, if like you do, that's why we have from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. a handful of people every show buy like a little bit of shit. It's just like, oh yeah, that adds up.
Yeah.
And then so, but everyone does support the club too, which is like whatever. But the bar is more of just a place people can sit at. Okay. It's like stuff like that. We're just trying to like
I still want to do a like a cannabis comedy night.
Oh, 100%.
And there would be gifted drinks.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And I think I'd love to do it with Koan, and I can, put you in touch with other people too, and I think it'd just be fun.
Hell yeah, pimp! I'm so down. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's like, it's a cool vibe.
Yeah,
it'd be fun to collab on that. I also like to see what we can do about doing a set with maybe you, a couple other homies at the Artistry Studio Lounge.
Oh, always, bro.
Have you been to that spot yet?
No.
Roll through, bro.
Dude, let me know.
I'm there. Not every Friday, but
let me know next time you are, bro. I'll be there.
I'll shoot you a text. I'll let you know.
I'm in town for a minute.
Roll through so you can see the venue. We switch over to like doing DJ for music.
Yeah.
They do some comedy nights, but I want to do a comedy night and just fucking.
Dope. Are you clipping this up too, or is this going to be like all one pod as well? Because I feel like I don't want to be bombing. I hope I'm not bombing. I'm just kidding.
No, we're chilling. We're coming on a 2 hour. We'll wrap it up here.
Oh no, you're good. I was just wondering for people. I don't want them to think I suck. I don't know if you're going to clip this to make it tighter.
I'm
just kidding. I'm just fucking with y'all.
No, that's funny. Because I honestly, once again, it's kind of an extra step thing.
I know what you mean.
Like, I feel like this has been pretty solid though. So
you're good. I was just wondering.
I will put up the full thing, but I do clip it and put it on the TV channel. But what I'm gonna do now for the show channel is just put up at least one short from every pod.
Cool, that's smart. Let me know. I'll definitely share. I love that shit. I feel like that's the new hustle, bro.
People now on there, and it's like.
That's the hustle. People love watching shit. Like, you watch enough shorts, you'll start clicking the full videos. So it's just a hustle.
Algorithm too. If you share my short, I share yours. We'll probably be in each other's feeds and shit. Who knows how that shit works?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I said, thanks again. You were part of the motivation for.
Dude, I'm glad.
I didn't realize how easy it was just to do it right on YouTube, bro.
Bro, yeah.
I don't have the writing in there like you, but it's like, fuck it.
Just better. I mean, you start with whatever, then little by little, you just start adding what you can. Cause like I just keep learning shit. Cause someone tells me like, hey, add one of those things that pop up and says follow me or whatever, and then I did that. I'm like, oh, I guess it does work a little bit. Cause people sometimes they just need that little extra, like, oh yeah, follow this guy.
That's what I do need to get better at. Is that. For a while, I was like, "Fuck, I'm not even gonna like bring it up. If they want to, they can."
Yeah,
but you're right. There needs to be.
Call to action, bro. Yeah. That's why it's like, don't reinvent the wheel. That people do that shit for a reason. It works. Don't feel. And a lot of times it feels douchey to try to like, promote yourself. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just want to connect with people, and I hope people like dig me. And I usually whenever I meet people on the road, they're so cool, and we always like, especially if they're like, they watch my set, we smoke weed or whatever. We all talk about the same. It's just. I don't know, man. It's like this is the dopest life that we got right now, and it's like I just want to, like these shows and shit. When people watch, like I just want to, hopefully they reach out and they connect more, because I do think that a lot of, like when you were saying that you're nervous to connect with people, like I love when people write me and say shit. Like I wrote one of these big comics recently, I mean Dan Soder, he's pretty fucking big. I love the guy, but I only worked with him once. But I was just having a rough week, and I watched one of his podcasts, and I wrote him like, "Hey, bro, I've been in a weird mental space. Your pod really helped a lot. Whatever." Within like an hour and a half, this fool wrote back like the sweetest, like, quick message, but it was still like, "Oh yeah, man, like these fools are right there. They're so much more accessible than they ever were, and as long as we're not bombarding them with shit, like, dude, I like your challenge is this year is fucking." Start asking the biggest fucking people you can ask, man.
Yeah, and
Ask the biggest people. Like I want to be the biggest no name you've had on this pod ever, bro. For real. Like I want because you will get some big like people that will give you their time because they really appreciate your hustle, and like it does feel cool to have someone ask you like, hey, like I don't know. Apparently you think I'm dope enough to talk to that you want to do this multiple times, and I appreciate it. And you're a cool dude. And I know, man. Like this pod is gonna keep killing it. And I can't wait to see the name. First big name you get, like gnarly, like holy shit name, like in the weed culture. Like, dude, text me. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, bro. Thanks, man.
It's gonna happen.
Putting out vibes. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I just need to get after it. Fucking hit him up, and that's where I'm always too like. When that does happen, and start getting bigger names on, like I'm always obviously gonna have the homies on, but I also and I always just want to like. Keep it too with like, and that's the value that I think True Buds TV has, and what I've learned from working with other influencers is like the value of like being within deep in the culture and knowing it, and like for instance this T-Check thing I've done really well for them, and it's like more so than I bet having a celeb on would do,
dude.
From the long game of
100%, 100%, and then people that are in the weed culture, like I mean, they want to. Show themselves to your audience too. They want to and it's just like so it's like smart for them to jump on and be like, oh, this dude's building something really cool and I want to jump. And it's like takes no time, man. Like especially in LA, or you get someone zooming in, worst case scenario, people can be at home doing
the Zoom game is crazy.
Zoom game helps, man.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I got one next week.
Yeah,
with his homie. He wasn't gonna make it to LA. He's shit. I have it here. I bought one of his products. It's called Uncle Arnie's.
There you go, bro.
For the past couple months, he's been the #1 selling beverage.
There you go. I'm telling you, man. And just tell people to zoom in, and you'll be getting some huge names, bro. Because they're just sitting at home and be like, I'll smoke weed with this fool and fucking talk some shit. I love it when you told me to do it. I feel like fuck me, I'll sit down and talk some shit. I just got too high, and I'm sitting here just like, oh fuck. I realize when I'm looking at the cameras, I'm like, I'm just having a conversation with fucking True Buds right now. I'm like, man, nah, but Jack, you fucking rule, bro. Like for real. Like you're one of those dudes that I'm like, oh yeah, like my friend Kyle Anderson put out like a documentary today, and it's doing really well on YouTube. And I'm like, oh yeah, when you see people that you've known for a minute, you're just like leveling up. It's so cool, and it's just dope to see you constantly leveling up, and even be a part of this shit is dope, man. Because I do feel like you're a huge part of like Third Wheel, like especially in our beginnings, bro. Which is not a lot of people.
So happy
it was
happy I was there, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's why it's awesome to see you guys grow, because that was your first. Besides In Home, that was your first like public studio, correct? Yeah. That's why it's been so cool to see you guys grow. It's motivating,
Yeah.
It's like fucking. That was sick,
thanks,
bro.
man.
Yeah,
the fucking game recognized game, bro.
It's like and it's like just like kind of a leap of faith and just doing it for fun. I was like, I just Google and found you guys, like, but you guys from the rip were just so chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it, man. Well, yeah, we can.
I was like, I don't know how this is gonna be, like doing a cannabis thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I might even emailed you before. Like, is this cool? Like,
yeah, no, it's so dope, bro. I love it, and that's the thing, dude. Like, doing all this world that we're in is so rad because the people you meet are just so fucking like. Especially the people I just want.
You must meet so many too.
Yeah, well, it's just cool. Like all of them, the people, like everyone wants to succeed and do cool shit, and like especially if you move to LA and you're working hard on this shit, you move to a big city and you're working hard on that shit, you're gonna be around other people that have that drive. Because like, bro, we moved here we moved cross country most of the time to get here to do this shit. Like, so we're in. You know what I mean?
It's important to remember that too.
Yeah.
Drive it home further to myself. I'm like, dude, real shit.
Yeah, like we're in. We're in this shit. But when it works out, you're just like, fuck it, man. It worked out, and I'm in one of the hardest places to make it work out. You know what I mean? Because like when I see like what we pay for rent and what we pay for food and tax and blah blah, like, oh my god. And then you go somewhere else, like, dude, I could live like a king in Kansas City or something like that, in Wichita. I could fucking be the mayor basically and just live. But then I'm like, but not bashing them, but it's like, but I need to be
Trust
around
me,
the
I know.
harder shit to keep me leveling up and pushing myself, because I you know, I don't want to be the big fish in a small pond, bro. I want to keep seeing people around me and motivating me to keep just trying to do bigger shit. You know what I mean? Because that's a big thing, is seeing everyone around me in a good way. My friends that get funny, or my friends that their shows pop. Like, hopefully I'm pushing my friends and motivating them when they see my stupid stuff. Because all I was is doing the same thing they've been all telling me to do. I'm like, just do that now. Because even a lot of them that bitch about it, to me, they still don't post videos. So it's like, oh my God, dog, just do the thing. Don't tell me you're not getting numbers without even doing the thing that got me the, like, it's so fucking, yeah, man. But I get it. It's just,
It's funny if you time it to how long some of the shit takes that you don't want to do.
yeah.
Like,
Bro.
I do that more for like shit, like chores and shit I don't want to do. I'm like, dude, that took like 15 minutes, bro.
I know.
Like putting that off.
I know. I thought me walking the dog. I'm like, I get so mad. I'm like, I gotta fucking walk the dog again. And then I'm like, dude, just throw podcast on. But you'll be not even 20 minutes into this pod before you're walking back home with the dog. Like, and yeah, sometimes like it's also just get over it, man. Like, just do the thing. Just do the thing. Like, I think of that all the time. Like, I'm trying to be better at like being early for shit, because I'm trying to like make my day less packed. But because like saying yes sometimes gets you in trouble, where it's like, man, like I have to do this like a full day. But then it's like, I don't know, man, when I don't have a full day and I sit at home for a while, I'm just like, I feel like I'm wasting away, man. I want to keep going, you know?
I feel that. I'm very tied to that. Like, if I find myself getting kind of down, that's a lot of times the reason why, if I don't feel like I've achieved what I wanted to.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like this? Oh, I feel like I didn't. Maybe I wasn't like a winning day or whatever, like you said. Maybe I could have gone harder.
Yeah.
It's like,
And to be honest, I've done that shit a ton, where like with myself, where I'm just like, man, I just sat at home and smoked weed all day. And I told myself all like, all right, you have 5 hours. You have 5 hours till you got to leave. So you're good, bro. You'll totally leave in 5 hours. And then when it creeps up, you're just like, I'm not going. Fuck. And you start hating yourself a little bit. And you're like, you should a little bit, because you should go. Because like whenever you show up, good things happen. You know what I mean? Like, I would be like, go to the Improv. You're not going, just go show face, go say hi to people. Then you'll see someone you haven't seen in years. You're like, oh my God, I'm so. You know what I mean? It's like it's just good for you.
Yeah, there's something to that, and that's also a goal of mine too, is to do that more.
Yeah.
And my excuse, always to myself, is just like the driving. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I've been on the road all day. Like, last thing I want to do is go sit in traffic to go somewhere, but it's just fucking excuse. But it's,
I know what you mean, but
real to
that.
me, and sometimes like, dude.
But sometimes that's why it's like, it's, you know, the people that made it did the drive.
Yeah,
And I
real
think of that
shit.
a lot of times.
Yeah,
It's like, well, they have to do the drive too,
Yeah,
man. Everyone
real
has to do the
shit.
drive, and so I'm with you on that. But it's just hard. It's just hard to do your job and then try to and make your dream happen, and your when it's like your job gets draining so hard, especially in this city where we've come to, it's so goddamn expensive that like it's just trying to find a way to survive is so hard. And then when you start like the first thing that you can push aside is your creative shit, or your dream, or your hobby, or your passion, because it's like, well, that's gonna be the first thing I can just be like, well, I'll do it later.
Yeah, because it's not making
Because it's not making you money yet. But the goal is like, well, if you never do it, it's never gonna make you money. And I'll say, from someone that just started making a little bit of money with business shit, it is so worth it. I'm never gonna work for anybody ever again. I'm never gonna, like, we have employees that make money. Like, now I want it, honestly, dog, like, I want to build more so we can hire more people to pay more people. I get like obsessed with, I want people to be making money. I want to make money, and I want my team to make money. I want all of us to fucking make money. And it's like, but in a good way of like, let's bring a value to where people want to give us their money, and they are happy to, because we gave them something valuable. And there is so much of that out there. And it's just like, it is addicting, dog, to like, to like make sure I never, because who knows, bro, like it could be like Blockbuster in a year, this could all fall apart because of something, knock on wood it doesn't, but like it's like, that's why you just need to keep pushing hard. And then
You guys are working a lot of different angles.
yeah,
though.
that's
You guys have a lot of places to pivot.
yeah, if
Like if all of a sudden podcasts were done tomorrow,
yeah,
you could double down on comedy, right?
yeah,
Not
on the
that that would
on the
happen.
venue. No, I know what you mean, but that's the goal.
What
It's
do
like,
you- oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, that was it.
What do you see for like the future of podcast? Like, do you see them continually steady to grow? And like with that, like from your experience of like new people coming into the studio,
Yeah.
like what like percentage would you say like keep the, because we know how hard the fucking grind is. Like, how many like keep it consistent?
We do probably 50% are the same people, and the other 50 are just constantly kind of changing in and out. But I know the future of podcasting, bro. Fucking VR. No, I'm just kidding. Just naked video. No, it could be. But no, but I honestly, dog, for us, I think the LED stuff. I'm really, really into LED, like fucking with LED walls, fucking with the backdrops, like
People be
learning
renting
that shit.
out on Pure Space for some coin.
Yeah, man. And it's just like that whole new world of like customize your backdrop, because like so many different people.
I saw you got the video wall.
Yeah.
How's that working out?
Yeah, it's great. Dude, it changed a bit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it completely, we have so many people that record there now. If you go to Third Wheel Podcast Studio on Instagram, you just start clicking through, and it's so many different looks, and they can be a video playing behind you. Like, one guy has a weed pod, and there's smoke constantly just moving behind him. It's Alex Getlin.
Oh, Alex. Oh, yeah. Is it Highly Unlikely?
Yes.
Okay, word.
I think that's his
Is
thing.
he recording that right now?
He comes to town. He lives in on the East Coast, I think, right now. So he comes to town and records it in spurts here.
Okay.
So
word.
like, but
because I talked to him like several months back. He told me he was coming around this time.
yeah.
And then honestly, I feel kind of bad now that you bring it up, because I kind of lost contact. I was supposed to put him in touch with a couple brands. I'll hit him up tomorrow.
Hit him up.
But get him a
Good dude.
Because I'm like, dude, there's brands out there looking for unique ways to get that like
Yeah,
marketing, cool shit, and yeah, bro. But yeah, I'll hit him up. Alex is dope. He's been on the pod twice, I think.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool.
Third
But
Wheel homies.
yeah, man. But that's it. Just like I just want to do like that more, and just pop up more studios everywhere. Honestly, I like the goal is just to hopefully have one in every state at some
Need
point.
help with a Kansas City one. That's like all the fam is. I know.
There you
got
go.
Homies there too, so I could like be your kind of side man.
Dude,
Help you expand in
100%.
Kansas City, but dude, it can't, especially KC Mo now that it's recreational there too.
Yeah.
The weed game, that's cool. But it's actually a pretty cool little art mecca. And I've seen you've been to Wichita doing some stuff.
Yep.
What other spot? I saw you're going to South Orange, bro. That's funny.
Yeah, I was
Jersey?
just there. Yeah.
Oh, you're just there. Okay.
Yeah. I just got back.
Word. Oh,
It was fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really spend time there. I know East Orange was like pretty hardcore.
Yeah, South Orange was beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
it was
pretty rich
super nice.
area.
Yeah, it was
Well,
fucking
dude,
nice.
Jersey got some fucking money out there.
Yeah, man, it's fucking wild, bro. There's a lot of little pockets, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I can't afford that shit.
Well, I wouldn't want to, because it's like you're paying Cali rates in Jersey basically.
True.
For what? Cool. Good
Yeah.
food, good pizza, and access to the city and the shore. Like,
Yeah.
here's just, I mean, if the family was there and stuff, for sure. But like, I just don't see that much for what it costs to live in Jersey. I just don't see.
You
the value.
so you were from there, right?
Yeah. I just don't see the value, bro.
Yeah. The weather
Same with
kills
New York,
me.
to be honest
It's
with
just
you.
the weather kills me. It's so cold, bro. I love New York so much. I have a room. I go there all the time. I stay there a lot. It's just so fun. Like, I'm just a bitch when it comes to cold weather. I need to get fat.
But even if it was warm, I guess if it was dope all year round in New York.
Imagine if New York.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's such a dope city, and the subways. You don't have to drive anywhere, dog.
it
I'm
is-
just high sitting
yeah, I guess,
around.
yeah.
It's so fun, man.
it is cool.
It's just so cold.
It's still
It's
a
so
little,
cold.
the subway is nice.
I'm just a bitch.
It's a lot.
I see you get fat, dude. I'm telling you, that's my jam. I've never been fat in my whole life. I think that at some point I need to be fat just to see what it's like.
See, I get hot easy as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get.
Like outside weather, I mean, I don't get cold, but like when I'm
Yeah.
like going to bed and stuff, I need a cold, like just cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
I just I'm
even
just
in
always,
here right now, I have it pretty. It's not like cold, but it's like
Yeah.
hot.
I got thermals on, bro. I'm in a hoodie. I'm fucking feeling good, but I like being warm, dog. I like feeling like got a little light hug going. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, bro. Shit, man. Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up, man.
Oh, you're good, bro. I'm about to just fucking head to Third Wheel, kick it there for a bit, you know.
I was gonna say that a second ago too. It's good to know you guys are open every fucking night at midnight. I like just roll through.
Yeah, dude.
Roll through late night. Like, what up?
Whenever, dude. That's kind of the goal is just to have like everyone like a spot where people can just kick it.
That
Yeah.
Consistency is the key.
Yep.
And that's what I want to do once a month with True Buds. A consistent fucking kick it.
You guys should do a live show.
I've never done it.
Like, but for real, like do it like do a show like a where you do like a
You
pod.
guys are, and I could do that in your venue, right?
Yeah, you could do like a
You're-
live. It'd be like a live pod, but then you just have different guests on, talk about weed and shit, and have like a live show, have like a Q&A, like whatever.
I almost want to do like I've always wanted to do a game show style, which I did a video on Venice Beach a while back.
Yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah.
almost think it'd be fun to have a camera pointed at the audience,
Yeah.
and then I'm asking questions, and then
And they answer.
yeah,
Yeah.
answer, and then maybe however, but also giving away like free merch and product.
Fuck yeah.
I think that'd be dope. The show, or like maybe that's like the opening or something.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
me thinking though.
Well, yeah.
Let's do it, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, it was good seeing you, man. I know we're gonna do this fucking another
We're gonna
time,
keep
another
going.
time.
We'll
Keep
doing it, bro.
going.
You gotta get it in every so often. That's where like I took the break and I'm kind of starting back. So like I put the one with my buddy Chris was like one of the first people I had on.
Yep, yep.
Pretty early, just getting OGs back on, and then
Yeah, dog. Well, I appreciate it, bro. Like, again, like to the True Buds TV crowd, you guys are my fucking peeps. I honestly watch all your like anything you post, all those videos you post, especially all the fresh shit. Like I watch. I go back. I love deep diving friends randomly when I get super high. And I've been on your YouTube a lot, and bro, it's cool when you see like people have like shit's popping and doing well, and like. You see the hustle, man. It's gonna. I don't know. It inspires me to keep hustling when I see people like you hustling, dog. And I love the new fucking sign. That thing is fresh.
hey, thanks, man. Thanks.
Killing it, dog.
Alright, bro.
Killing it.
Hey, trying to get that third wheel spot like you one day, bro.
Yeah. All right.
For real, man. You guys got it. You guys are killing it, man. And that's
Thanks,
like
dog.
I think I mentioned this on like the first pod with you is like the